Addy soldiers, good Saturday morning to everyone. Sergeant Fury here. Well, this morning we're going to start off with this interview with Joe Rogan and Mel Gibson and Brian Kilmeade here. You're not going to believe how much money California spent on supposedly the homeless and homeless shelters last year. How about 25 billion with a fucking B dollars on homeless and homeless shelters? Remember trying to get the homeless off the street? 25 fucking billion. But they cut the fire department budget in LA. They got over 100 fire trucks that aren't even working right now. They showed at their boneyard. The fire chief said the majority of the fucking fire trucks are like over 20 years fucking old and need to be replaced. They don't run. Most of them have, gauges that are bad. And so they can't protect the fucking citizens of Los Angeles and Los Angeles County who pay billions in fucking taxes. Oh, but they'll waste 25 billion on the fucking homeless people who are still living on the streets of LA. Like 125,000 homeless people. Now, they just voted yesterday, right, in Sacramento, to budget $24 million to fight Donald Trump during his presidency. This is what the fucking Democrats just voted on. So, LA is fucking burning. People don't have homes. There's no fucking fire equipment. Everything's in total fucking disarray. No water in the reservoirs. Fire fucking hydrants don't work. Oh, but we got to vote $24 million to fight Donald Trump during his presidency. And these fucking people lost their minds. Totally lost their effing fucking minds. This is the problem with LA and California. You got a governor that's more interested in fucking hair gel and standing out there with his stupid news conference 4 hours, literally 4 hours after the fire started. He could have had all this nipped in the bud. He could have called in the National Guard. He could have requested assistance from other states. Nope. Oh, I got to get up there. And then he puts the blame on the fucking people. Oh, it's your fault. You're not listening to the evacuation orders, and that's what's causing all these problems. Right. It's not you, Governor Newsom, because you want to spend $25 billion on the fucking homeless. And everybody knows how much of that $25 billion went into his pocket, went into all the mayors of all these fucking towns. Like I said, California is so fucking bullshit corrupt. It's not even funny, man. It's disgusting. This is why I moved out of that cesspool of a fucking state years ago. Because I saw this shit coming, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a homeowner and paying out thousands of dollars in fucking taxes every single year. And then when I call up the police, I can't even get a 911 operator. This is in 2005. I had a big gang war going outside my house there in Long Beach. I lived in gang banger fucking territory for the 18th Street gang. Yeah, and they were shooting and stabbing each other and kicking. And so I called the fucking police dispatcher. Well, how do you know it's a real emergency, sir? And I'm like, because they're fucking shooting each other. Oh, you can't use that language with me. I'll hang up right now. I'm like, so you're a 911 operator. I'm calling about people killing each other and shooting out in front of my house. And I say, fuck, and you're going to hang up on me. I said, you're a fucking goddamn fucking stupid fucking bitch, man. So she did. She hung up on me. So I called back again. Had to wait another 10 minutes. As soon as I got that dispatch, I said, I got my Glock loaded. I'm going out the door, and I'm shooting the first fucking, motherfucker I see. And I think like 3 minutes later, 4 fucking Long Beach police come ripping down the fucking streets with lights and sirens and shit on. Then they wanted to arrest me. Where's your gun at? They're threatening to kill people. I'm like, I ain't got a gun. Search my fucking house. I said, after you get a search warrant. I said, because you ain't got no fucking probable cause to come to my house, assholes. So, I'm telling you, man, I'm so fucking sick. So people in California are stupid because they let this shit happen to them. They have nobody to blame but themselves. They voted fucking Gavin Newsom into fucking office. They voted Karen fucking Bass into office in L.A. Yeah, we need this black lady. We got to get rid of the other guy. He's a fucked up white dude. He can't be mayor. Nah, we need this DEI black woman in here because she's going to fucking make LA great. Oh, yeah. There's your great LA, folks. There's your great LA. Fucking fire truck fleet all broken. Oh, but she had no trouble cutting $14 million from the fire department budget last year and laying off 1,000 firemen because they said they didn't need them. And closing 12 fire stations because they didn't need them. Yeah, and you got 100 broken fucking fire trucks sitting there. Oh, we don't need those. And you got a 20-year-old fleet because the $25 billion we spent on the homeless last year, we couldn't go out and buy new fire trucks and new pumper trucks and fix the fire hydrants. Oh, no. And who in the fuck is going to believe that they spent $25 billion on the fucking homeless? Really? I'm a fucking educated man. Valedictorian, 2 college degrees, top of my class in the Army, top of my class in the Air Force, own my own computer company since 1994. There's no fucking way in hell they spent $25 fucking billion on homeless people in fucking California, or guess what? There wouldn't be any homeless people in California. There wouldn't be 125,000 people living on the streets of LA alone. No, that money went into their little secret slush funds in Panama and Belize and all the other fucking offshore fucking banking places these politicians stash their fucking money. Because $25 billion is so much, nobody can keep track of it. They set up all these bullshit programs, they funnel 10, 15, 20 million into it, and then they pay themselves out of it. They go on the board of directors. They get hired as a consultant. This is all fucking corrupt bullshit by the Democrats. But everybody out there who's a Democrat, I hope you like fucking Kamala and Biden and all the bullshit you went through for the last 4 years. I hope you love living in California with Gavin Newsom and Karen fucking Bell, because she ain't leaving. She's not quitting. She already said, I'm not going to resign. I'm doing a good job. The people in LA love me. They want me here. Like I said, man, for some reason, the people of Los Angeles are just sheep. They're all fucking sheep. They have no willpower. They have no conscience. All they do is get up in the morning, shit, shower, and shave, go to work, pay their fucking taxes at the gas pump, because you got to pay tax on a gallon of gas, because they figured that out several years back. Oh, we can tax you on your gasoline now. Make more money. You know, pay the 12.5% fucking sales tax on everything in the state, even though that was supposed to be temporary years ago. Well, we're going to raise it up, just temporarily, and then it'll go back down. I'm like, yeah, when did they ever raise taxes and then lower them? You know, Newsom bragged 3-4 years back about, oh, we have a fucking $3 billion, excess from, marijuana sales tax. So we're going to send a fucking refund check, $1,200 to every California voter and shit. That never went out. During the whole fucking COVID shit, when people couldn't get gas and they weren't working, if you have a registered vehicle, we're going to give you $400 for every vehicle that's registered with the DMV. That never happened. Oh, but $25 billion last year for the homeless, and it all disappeared. Wow, we used the whole $25 billion. So why are there 125,000 homeless people living on the streets of LA? Because apparently I don't know what city they used it in. San Diego, packed with homeless people. San Francisco, packed with homeless people. Every city up and down the fucking Santa Monica, packed with homeless people. I mean everywhere. So where did $25 billion go? Like I said, man, it's all a fucking scam, man. And for some fucking reason, the people that live in Los Angeles are the stupidest fucking people on the planet, man. I mean stupid, dumb fucking people, man. To let this shit happen. To let her become mayor, just to sit back. You know why? Because people are greedy. They don't give a fuck about their own lives. Most people don't even know their fucking neighbors in LA. My neighbors didn't talk to me until the earthquake in 92. And I only lived in a building of 7 fucking people. For the most part, nobody paid attention to each other until the earthquake happened. Then they were all crying and wanting to fucking group together. And I stepped up as fucking leader. because they didn't have water, they didn't have toilet paper, all the stores were closed, so I had to give water to my neighbors, I had to give toilet paper to my neighbors. This is the average LA person. They're not ready for shit, man. All they think about is their own lives, their own family, and getting over on fucking everybody, making money on people, making money. And like I said, this is why I left California, because it's a fucking cesspool, man. And that was in 2007. It sure the fuck hasn't gotten any better since then. So hopefully this is going to be a wake-up call. Obviously, the United States, people in the United States of America came to their fucking senses after 4 years of paying fucking $7.50 for fucking eggs and $10 for a fucking chicken. You know, and being fucking broke every goddamn fucking paycheck. You can't barely, you and your wife or your girlfriend or you, if you're sitting there trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to pay my cable bill this month and pay my internet bill, and I got car insurance and, you know, my rent's fucking due. Food gets shoved down the fucking list, folks. People start thinking about, you know, instant ramen soups and grilled cheese sandwiches and, you know, you can't even go to McDonald's. Jesus fucking Christ, a fucking Big Mac fucking meal is $16 fucking in California. Why? Because they had to raise the minimum fucking wage for fast food workers to fucking $15 fucking an hour. So what the fuck, you think all those restaurants aren't going to raise the prices of their food? Of course they're going to raise the prices of their food, man. This is reality, folks. I've been in business since 94. If the cost of shit goes up, most companies will raise the fucking price of their labor, of their supplies, whatever. Me, I've had the same fucking price since 2008 when I moved here. I printed my business cards up, $80 flat fee, plus parts if required. At the bottom of my business card, it says, if I don't fix your system, you don't pay me a dime. That's the business philosophy I keep. That's how I fucking treat people. I don't look at somebody's computer and say, oh, I couldn't fix it, but you got to give me fucking $100 for my time. Oh, no, you go to LA, that's every mechanic. Well, I can't look at your car. I have to charge you to look at it. We don't look at it for free. We don't do free diagnostics. We don't do, you know, I can come out for an estimate. You know how hard it's going to be for these people to get contractors? I couldn't get a fucking contractor, my girlfriend and I, when we were trying to remodel her fucking house in 2005 in West LA, we couldn't find a good contractor. We found some flaky motherfucker that she gave money to, and then they basically started ripping the roof off her house and disappeared. And I had to start doing the fucking work because they were nowhere to be found, man. That's contractors in LA. They want 1/3 up, 1/3 of the cost up front, and then they disappear because they got other jobs they're doing. But they're constantly hustling to get the money to pay off the other jobs, to pay their workers. Contractors are shady-ass fucking business in L.A. So just in Altadena alone, you have like over 1,000 fucking houses that are gone. You know, so those people got to get contractors. You got 3,000 houses in Pacific Palisades that are gone. And you know the fires are still going. I'm going to show you this morning. The fires have spread. There are only 8. The Palisade fire is 22,000 acres and only 8% contained. They got 5 fires. This shit's spreading every direction now. It's headed towards the San Fernando Valley. It's headed towards, you know, Hollywood. It's going up to Brentwood. It's like and the winds today are going to be 45-mile-an-hour winds. Today through tomorrow. For the next 48 hours, the wind's going to be cranking in. So there's no fucking way they're going to put these fires out, and there's a shitload of more houses that are going to fucking be destroyed. Shitload of more areas that's going to be fucking evacuated. So I'm not quite sure what the hell they're going to do in California. They got firemen now coming in from Oregon State, Washington State, Idaho, Arizona, Nevada. The National Guard was staging yesterday. They finally started calling out the fucking National Guard because they said the looters are out of control. The police can't even stop the looters. They're trying to arrest one looter and they're looking at a dozen other ones because they got little e-bikes. Like the guy I showed you yesterday on the video that was driving around in Altadena in the destroyed neighborhoods. They ride around those little e-bikes and they just run up there and look for jewelry. You know, little small fire safe boxes and shit like that. They know what to look for. A lot of that shit can be spotted pretty easy because everything's pretty much destroyed. So yeah, look for fire safes, fireproof boxes, jewelry that it's just, laying there. Gold's not, it may get a little burnt looking, but gold's not going to melt for the most part. All that jewelry is going to be clumped together with diamonds and all that. So, nope. So the police can't even stop the fucking looters. Like I said, all this is all on the fucking Gavin Newsom for 4 hours after this started, not calling out the National Guard, not for asking for assistance from other states, but he was there looking good with his gelled hair, and he was blaming everybody else. And then, like I said, yesterday they voted in Sacramento $24 million to fight Donald Trump during his presidency. So LA is burning, they got no fucking water, no fire equipment, but they're going to vote $24 million to go fight Donald Trump in his next presidency. That's what I said. That's the mentality of the people that are running the state of California. We got to fight Donald Trump. God, he's the Hitler Nazi. No, the best thing that's going to happen is Gavin Newsom's going to get kicked out of office. Karen Bell's going to get kicked out of office. They may get some fucking people in there with some goddamn fucking common sense, man. Maybe. So let's watch Joe Rogan and Brian Kilmeade and Mel Gibson talk about what the fuck is going on there.
They spent on preventing these wildfires.
Zero.
Not zip. And then he gets on TV and pretends like everything's great. Mm-hmm. And California's the best. We have the best state. We have the most amazing economy. And you're out of your mind, dude. You've ruined this state.
Exactly.
And in 2019, I think Newsom said, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to protect everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like...
Exactly.
It's sad.
Mel Gibson and Joe Rogan just talking about the states. I think Mel Gibson left. Oh, actually, all his stuff burned. So now he's going to make a decision whether he wants to get out of there. It's devastating. Over 10,000 structures, so many homes, lives, neighborhoods just gone. And you say to yourself, well, there's some things called natural disasters. You got Sandy, nobody's fault, but were you ready? Then you have hurricanes hitting North Carolina in the mountains, unprecedented.
These are natural disasters,
fault, but
folks.
Are you ready? I don't think that governor did a great job, especially compared to
the
governor of Florida, Governor DeSantis. Does anybody think that Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass were ready? We find out about these huge water tanks. They say the first water tank was out in a few hours. The second one out by the end of the day. The third one was out by the next day. And by Thursday, there was no water in Pacific Palisades for firefighters to even open up the hydrants, so they stopped. Please don't tell me that you had a plan. Don't. Joining us now, Tyrus, Fox Nation host, author of Nuff Said, daily panelist, and sometimes host of Gutfeld, host of Maintaining Tyrus on Outkick. And also he's got some events coming up too. He's a stand-up comic. Tyrus, welcome back.
Always a pleasure, B.
So Tyrus, we wanted to open up with Rogan and Mel Gibson, just talking about the incompetence on the West Coast. Outside Katrina, do you ever remember more anonymous feeling, more of an anonymous, unanimous feeling that these executives are over their heads and unprepared?
Well, I think New Orleans echoed that as well, unfortunately. I grew up in California. I moved to California from Boston when I was, I think, 8. And from the day I can remember, every year there was fire rules and wind rules. You wouldn't make a fire camp. You wouldn't go camping during the windy season because
they would pre-stage the fire trucks. They would put fire trucks all over the place, knowing they might have fires.
You were supposed to report them. So it's not like this isn't something that Californians grow up with and understand.
Exactly. I mean, it's been like this, folks, forever, man.
California.
The only reason we're having a problem is the people that are fucking in charge are fucking incompetent ass motherfuckers who are lining their fucking pockets with money for when they leave office.
That they spend so much time
This Karen Bass is no different than Lori Lightfoot, the fucking stupid fucking bitch that was fucking mayor of Chicago, and literally the fucking murder rate went from, on an average of 3 to 5 on the weekends, to 30 to 40 people killed every fucking weekend that she was goddamn fucking mayor of Chicago. And then you know what she does? She gets up there at a news conference and says it's all Donald Trump's fault because he brought in federal officers and he's tied our hands and we can't deal with the problem. But you know, if they would just give us $1 billion, we'd be able to solve Chicago's problems. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, did she just say that she wants fucking Trump, who she didn't vote for
a forensic accountant, to look to see where that
to
money
give her
is
$1
going.
billion fucking dollars to solve the problems in Chicago? And then her fucking head counsel who got up right after her and said the same thing. Yeah, you know, it's all the fucking Republicans' fault in Washington that we have all this crime in Chicago. So the Republicans in Washington are the reason the black people are on the streets of Chicago killing each other. All the gangbangers that want drug territory and are selling drugs and prostitution and all, you know, car theft, all this fucking illegal activity, it's all the fucking Republicans' fault in Washington.
Her constituents.
Like I said, man.
She was silent.
So then they kick her out. They bring in this other doofus fucking black motherfucker, and he just is fucked up. He hasn't changed anything at all. Nobody fucking likes him. Matter of fact, for the first time ever, the majority of people in Chicago and Illinois voted for fucking Trump because they're getting tired of all these fucking ridiculous DEI woke motherfucking people. Because apparently you have to be black and DEI to run any city in the United States of America. Can't be competent. Can't be somebody with experience. Nope, you just have to be either a black woman, a black man, a Hispanic woman, a Hispanic man, Asian woman, Asian man, gay, transsexual, transvestite. That's all the requirements are. You don't need education, you don't need college, you don't need any work. The lady that's running the DWP, the Hispanic one that got up there, that's from fucking Venezuela. She's not even an American citizen. They're paying her $750,000 a year to run the Department of Water and Power for the city of Los Angeles. Guess what? She has no experience. No college, no university degree in water management, water treatment, no degree as a chemist, nothing. She just knows somebody who knows somebody, and that's how she got the fucking job. Boy, I wish I'd get fucking work like that.
Where she was talking like the fire hadn't got here yet.
So here it is. Listen to this. Cut 12.
We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. What explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes. Rest assured that when rest assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved.
Enough. We'll go back and do a forensics on what went wrong. I don't believe for a second that those water tanks were full, number one. And number two is the president said that the electric went off and the pump stopped. That's why the hydrants didn't get anything. Did you tell the governor that, genius? Because he's never said a word about that. Where'd you get that from?
The part that I loved the best was that she was reading her prepared statement, not the question. And the reporter did a great job, and I'm glad to see, maybe because the journalist was affected, that they're asking follow-up questions of the left again. And he hit her with, it's too late, it already happened. And she's like, let me finish. And she had to be aggressive. And, you know, because he was being misogynistic, I guess, by questioning her. I guess no one told her that she was the friggin' mayor. And she kept going with her statement, and that's perfect. Cut it off. They're unprepared, and this is a growing trend again.
Yeah, all these people read statements, pre-fucking done statements. We watched the other day for an hour and a half. They all got up there and read from statements. Not one of them fucking on the
But
fly,
the
taking
terrorists
questions
are
for report.
playing.
Nope,
In
just
New
pre-fucking
Yeah,
done by
so-
their little
and I
PR
guess now
department. Here,
they're
get up there,
saying we
read
had
this,
a
and don't read
plan,
anything else.
But the fire beat our plan. So they have an excuse for everything. And the best part is when you catch them unprepared, you see exactly what you voted for.
I swear, when I was
There
in the
was
fucking
no-
military,
No fire, no.
the
and I mean,
first
and
thing
I
we
hate
were
to
always
use the
taught
word,
was the
there was
effective
no
range of an
fire in
excuse
her,
is
like,
0
we were
fucking
going in
meters.
sixes, and I've been on the plane for What were you doing on the plane for 17 hours that you couldn't come up with a way to say you were sorry? I mean, the only thing we didn't get was their patented thoughts and prayers.
So the only, which, by the way, I can't even hear again. But I'm going to say this. Karen Bass declared a state of emergency, then went on a 17-hour plane ride to a country that only could benefit her, because nobody in Los Angeles wants her to go represent L.A. in Ghana during an inaugural.
No.
And one of the reasons she wasn't the vice presidential nominee over Kamala Harris, because you have this little communist problem. She seems to like Castro, seemed to love Chavez, and they go, well, that's going to be a tough shot to get out of. We'll probably have to pick Kamala Harris. This woman is a mess.
Yeah, believe it or not, she was fucking one of Biden's picks for a VP running mate. Was this Karen Bass? I'm telling you, they just were so desperate. God, we gotta find a black woman. We gotta find a black woman, man.
She should not be a
God, we gotta find a black woman. Oh, we got a choice between the communist and the fucking whore fucking prostitute of California that's fucked every fucking black guy and half the fucking white guys in the fucking state to get her fucking job.
She wants to be the queen of England. She wants the respect.
Everybody
title, and
knows.
power. She
Like, if
doesn't
you
want to
live
do the
in
job.
L.A. and
was
followed
given
her
to
and
her
watched
based
TMZ,
on, again,
that lady
the
is the
boxes.
biggest. The only
And
thing she got you different from the
you
hookers
hate
on
this,
Hollywood
but here's the thing,
Boulevard is
even
she ain't
if
standing
I
out there on
knew
fucking
that
Hollywood
you
Boulevard turning tricks.
We're working on my house.
Everybody knows.
Your effort
Oh yeah,
was
Kamala
there.
will
Like,
fuck
listen,
you.
I don't
Kamala will
know a
suck your
straight
fucking
angle,
cock if you give her some fucking favor and help her get her fucking job and help her get. Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna get
She's a
somebody
fucking
that
whore
can
of
do
fucking
this.
California.
I'm
Everybody
gonna
knew
find-
that.
I'm gonna
Everybody.
search. I
Even
let
her
people
fucking
find-
husband
there's an
cheated
effort
on
there.
her. Because it was a
But
marriage of
again, as
convenience.
mayor
I'm gonna
of
marry this white
California,
guy,
your two
and
biggest
that'll make me look all
issues
diversified and
is
shit. Because
fire
I have an
and
interracial
crime.
marriage, so I get the
And
white
they have
guy
failed
votes.
miserably.
Hey, he went outside and
And what
fucking
the
the
biggest- one of
nanny
the biggest
immediately
problems
because he
during
wasn't
these
getting any
fires
pussy
are,
from
I
her.
think last time I checked, I think they were at 6% contained.
Depends on. There's like 6 different ones. Some are
I'm
doing.
telling you,
there's some
man,
that do
the
better than
fucking
others.
Democrats
Yeah,
are a
but
bunch of fucking
it's the
loser-ass motherfuckers, and now the
It's
people
the
of LA
criminal
are
element that is
suffering.
now
All these people, all this
surging,
happened
looking
because
for
they
these
didn't have their
houses
shit
at
together.
11
Had they
banks
pre-staged the
that are-
fire
and then
trucks,
again,
had to make sure
because
they
they're
know
involved,
the reservoir
they can
tanks
go
were
to
empty.
Beverly Hills
That
with
fucking
Hammer
bitch from the
and go on
fire
a
department,
shopping
oh, the
spree,
tanks,
and no one
gosh,
can do
they went
anything.
through 3
And
million
now
gallons
and
of
then here's the
water
problem is
in
that these
6
homeowners are now
hours.
wanting to risk their
And then
own
they started
well-being
doing the math.
to
They said
see
it's
to
impossible
protect what's left
because
of their
they
home
said we were
from
already out of
California.
fucking water, and the pumper
But
trucks
this
were
is
driving
the
to
state
Santa
of
Monica
anarchy
like
that the
4
state
hours
of
after the
that I grew
fire
up in,
started.
California was a
Because
place
you know
that
they
was
have a
close to the
reservoir
You know why?
in
Because you could
Pacific
literally go to the
Palisades,
beach on
right? A
Saturday,
big, like a
go to the
big
mountains on Sunday,
concrete
Monday
dam
hit the
reservoir
desert, you know, and then
that
go down
holds
into the city. It had
131
everything for
million
everyone.
gallons of
And they
water.
have turned it into
That's where their
that.
fire
It
hydrant
is just-
system runs off of.
It's a cesspool.
They
Vegas,
drained
the
it
place
this
where I got
year,
my big
knowing they were
break,
going to have Santa
and,
Ana
where I
winds,
trained
to
in
do
the plates
repairs,
and it was one of the
which
places where I got my
never
big
were
break
done.
in entertainment.
So they drained
I
it
can't
and they
bring
just
my
sat
kids
there and the
to
repairs
show
have never
them
started
the wall with Arnold
at
Schwarzenegger
all.
and Lou
Well, we
Ferrigno
don't have the
and
budget
the
for it.
great
We'll have to wait
actors
till
and the
next
history,
year.
because
What happened
I
to the
gotta walk
25
through
billion
Homeless Row
that you were
to
fucking
get
spending
that.
on the
I'm not-
fucking
I'm not
homeless?
subjecting my kids to that. Bus stops are hotels. And,
So this
you know,
is
you see
why
the, you know,
the firemen had no
drug addicts
water
everywhere.
because the
It's-
fucking
it's
Palisade
a
Reservoir
horrible.
was
So
empty,
when you-
and the 3 water
you
storage
let
tanks
this
that were
place-
supposed
at
to hold
one
1 million
point, Dr.
gallons
Drew
each, they
was
estimate they
concerned about
probably
bubonic
had
plague
a
in
500,000
California.
gallons
So,
maybe
I mean,
in
this
each
is
one.
what has these
Because
guys have
they
done,
were
but there's
using
never
that
hiding.
water to
Warren's
fight
even
fires
worse.
over the last
No
summer.
one
You know, they
ever
do have house
questioned
fires
the
and
mayor's
small
career.
brush fires all through the
Lady
Palisades.
has a career
So they were
in that
using
business.
that
They
water.
always seem
So,
to find each other,
and they
now
were
we
filling
have
those
horrible
reservoirs
things
up. This
happen.
lady claims, oh,
And
we were
their
filling the
best
reservoir
answer
up, but,
is,
you know, because of the
well,
lack of
President
pressure,
Trump's gonna
filling
get
it up,
political.
and blah, which is
He's
bullshit
right
because the way
political.
they're designed
You know what
is
they
they have
say about
constant
addicts, you gotta hit
pressure.
rock bottom, you have no other options, then you got to make
As soon
choices.
as that tank starts filling up,
could be
the
rock
water
bottom
drains
where
out of the
people turn
bottom
around
and
say,
air pushes
as
down
Justine
from the
Bateman
top,
said
and that's
last
what
night to
causes the
Jesse,
pressure. So
he goes,
no,
we got to stop
that's a
looking
bullshit
at an
fucking
R&D
excuse,
next to
man.
their name and look at
And
competence.
that's what made
And
me,
look
as
at
soon
this
as
guy,
she said
Rick
that, I
Caruso.
realized that
can't
lady
do his
knows what the fuck she's
unauthorized
talking about. Then you go
biography. But
look
do you know
her
he was
up,
president of
find out
Water
she
and
has no
Gas,
experience,
as
no
well as
nothing,
being a
because
self-made
somehow she knew
multimillionaire.
somebody,
Don't
and
you
that's how
want
she got a
that guy? Do you know that he
$750,000
hired his own
job managing the
firefighters,
water for
whatever you think
LA,
of
but
that?
didn't know anything
Just
about
in
it.
case to have
Didn't
to
know how to
take care
manage
of
it.
Pacific
They never
Palisades,
tested any of
whatever
the
his
fire hydrants
community is
at
that
all.
he bought.
They
and
have
now
all these
rents, and
reports. The
what they
police,
made
well,
just
that's because
co-
we didn't have the
condos set.
funding. We
Do you
didn't
know
have
not
police
one
to
of those
go
buildings
around
burned?
and open up
Because
these
they-
fire
listen, you don't
hydrants
want
and
me as
test
mayor,
it
that's
like they
fine.
normally do.
But if
They
I'm going to go back
drive
to my
around.
business, I'm going to make sure my
You
people
know, open
survive
up
any
each one, they write a
calamity.
report whether it
So
works
he
or
had his
not.
private
Oh, yeah.
firefighters. He
Yeah,
said
I lived in
water
Santa
systems
Monica.
antiquated
Santa
under
Monica did that.
financed, and he knew it. Hey,
Oh,
people of
like
Los Angeles, you
religiously,
had your
every 6
choice.
months.
They're both Democrats.
Not only they
You
test
could
their
have
fire
had
hydrants,
the
they actually
business
painted them.
executive,
You know,
or
the firemen
instead
painted
you
them
have
and
the
test them and
failed
put new caps on,
congresswoman.
and people steal the
And
caps
you
off
got
of them
her.
because they're brass.
Go at it, and
So,
now you
like
got
I
the
said,
results.
man, but
Hopefully
LA,
people
nope,
make some decisions
can't maintain
on
anything,
confidence. I
can't do
appreciate you
anything.
joining me. When are we going to see you again, Tyrus?
I think I'm back in the airways, I think Tuesday. And tonight I got a stand-up show in Connecticut.
Is it sold out? Where is it?
Yeah, it's sold out. All I know is I have about 45 events. So I know I'm in Connecticut tonight and New Hampshire tomorrow.
Where do we go to see you on stage? Where do we? What website?
You just hit my Twitter up or my Instagram.
Okay.
And you click on the link tree at Tyrus Smash, and they'll have all the dates and everything where it's at.
All right. Tyrus, thanks so much. Always appreciate it. We'll see you in the halls next week. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.
I haven't been able to take my eyes off my husband's pants since he tried this morning trick. What happened afterward was unbelievable.
I thought it would be just another quickie, but my husband went hard on me for 2 straight hours after trying.
Oh my God, man. Let's find another one to watch here for a bit. Yeah, fire. I couldn't believe I got this morning and the fucking fires are spreading, man. I'm like, holy shit, is this shit ever gonna fucking stop, man? It's like fucking nuts, man. No, like I said, you just wait, man. Here, we'll watch the Carter Brothers.
AI footage.
Flames rise high in the California night. Governor Gavin with a plan so bright. With a can of gasoline, he makes his way. Everybody wonders, will it save the day?
That's not even funny. This is not funny. Beanie Majors.
He's got his suit and his determined frown. In the heart of the blaze, he's racing down. People see him fearless, ain't afraid to dare. Holding tight the fuel with a fearless stare. Gavin fights, fight.
When we thought it couldn't get any worse, it got worse today.
Oh, I thought Kamala said
so. Gavin Newsom basically used a fake phone call like we remember Kamala Harris did. Let's pull up the footage of her.
How are you doing? Have you voted already? Give me a second. You did, thank you.
Oh, damn. Y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see that?
No, I remember that.
This
She did
was
so
terrible.
much, bro. She was on the camera.
Nah, this is actually a problem.
She shouldn't have showed it.
What is her problem?
Yeah, she wasn't even on the fucking phone call. When she held it up, you could see she was filming the room and shit. She wasn't on any phone call with anybody.
It's no.
That's why she lost. Another fake fucking Democrat.
Still on the mess.
She would still be on the phone. She didn't get off the phone that fast. You know, hey man, I know we give people the benefit of the doubt. We don't think that they're, that bad of people.
These guys are
and
great,
they
man.
Do some stupid stuff like this.
You guys
but
should
this is point
subscribe
blank.
to these
She did this.
gentlemen, man.
She did this.
Yeah. It was fake.
You did, thank you.
That's fair. Oh my God.
And then she goes back to like she's talking to her again. She's got her fucking video camera on, lady.
Because I'm sure you got a lot of other things you could be doing. Taking the time to vote.
We dodged a bullet.
Thank you for that. And you enjoy your day.
We dodged a huge bullet, America.
Another one bites the dust.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. She had become president.
Newsom pulled the page
I'd
out
have
of
moved
her
to
book
fucking
today
Canada,
during
man.
a natural disaster. While people were asking him, what is he gonna do to help, guys?
Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically.
Oh, I'm talking to President Biden.
For you and your daughter.
Guess what? President Biden isn't president anymore of anything.
It doesn't what?
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the
Why is the president not taking your call?
because it's not going.
Good morning, OC.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now, and it's.
I'm calling the president right now.
To help you, I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter.
Hey, no problem, OC.
4 kids losing the school.
Everyone.
Did you
who
catch
went
the
to school there
Brian
lost their
Kilmeade
homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one building.
with
and
Joe
not-
Rogan?
Governor, please tell me.
The one I did
what
before
are you gonna
this?
do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Do you know that California spent $25 billion last year on the homeless problem, bro? They said that there's no homeless people on the streets of California anymore. Yeah, that's the Joe Rogan one I did before this with Brian Kilmeade and Joe Rogan. Yeah, with Gavin Newsom. Yeah, they spent $25 billion last year in 2024 to clean up the homeless problem in California. $25 billion with a fucking B.
I'm going to make the call to address.
Oh yes, it is, bro. They voted in. They had the money. They said they spent every single fucking dollar, all $25 billion, on getting homeless people off the streets, building new homeless shelters, you know, starting up, you know, job training programs and.
That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear it?
We just watched the show a couple months ago. There's 125,000 people just on the streets of LA alone. That's not including Santa Monica, Glendale, Van Nuys, you know, all these other, just downtown LA on Skid Row.
Was with Joe Biden like a day ago. Like y'all could have talked.
How the fuck did they spend $25 billion fucking dollars? You know where that money went, bro? It went into all their offshore bank accounts, man. In Belize and fucking Panama. I mean, seriously, who in the fuck in their right, what educated person is gonna believe that they didn't siphon off millions of fucking dollars for themselves?
America's
Millions.
most futuristic handgun. Now available for purchase.
People are looting in California right now. Damn.
But how do we know that's not people getting their stuff out their house?
I don't know. It could be it, but
because look how they acting.
It could be either one, but there's multiple videos.
See, it says it right there. You know how the internet be.
This is not stealing. Well, hey, that's true. That could be
well,
true.
I mean, this could still be happening. Like that. I just don't think that instance right there is that. It doesn't look good to me.
Yeah, that definitely could be false news.
So yeah, you gotta go to North California and open up.
Oh, and did you know?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That they showed the video this morning of the LA
should immediately go to Northern California
City Fire Department's fucking maintenance yard with over 100 fucking fire trucks sitting there. Did you know the average fire truck in LA is 20 years old?
To the Pacific Ocean.
Half the fire trucks, the gauges don't work on them.
Excuses from this incompetent governor. It's already far too late.
Oh no, there's the people moving shit out of their houses in Altadena. You gotta remember, Altadena's a black community.
$800 for parking in front of it.
So that's what people just moving shit out of their house before the fucking fire came, bro.
The hydrant is going into the ocean.
And then what happened was people shot that video and put it up online saying these black guys were fucking looting. And they put up a reply saying, you're just a bunch of white fucking racists. This is our fucking house. That we're moving our fucking stuff with our parents. We're moving the stuff out before the fire comes, you assholes.
Okay. We didn't have no water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is bad. That's y'all main natural. That's y'all main natural disaster. That's the main. Yes. I ain't never heard.
Yeah. So Karen Bass cuts $14 million from the fire department budget, lays off 1,000 fucking firemen, closes 12 fucking fire stations.
But they ain't got none.
But yet
There's
doesn't
water
upgrade the fire department's fleet at all.
But they can't just have,
like
Did you know that the Pacific Palisades has a reservoir that feeds their fire hydrant system? Not the 3 tanks that stupid fucking Hispanic Venezuelan lady that can't speak English. Remember the one from the LA
This is the first time this happened, and we gotta prepare for it next
DP?
time.
And I couldn't figure out what the fuck she was saying she was from.
Y'all trying
You know,
to
got
say
there and said,
Gavin
"Oh, we were trying to
Newsom
fill up the
should
water
run
tanks
for
and
the
we have no fucking water, and they went through 3 fucking times."
I freaking laugh to see him up there.
That lady,
Kamala as the governor of
she
California.
has no experience in water
Hey, did she
treatment,
win governor?
no
I'll
college,
be-
university
I'll
degree
go for it
in
as
chemicals,
governor of
in
California.
in management,
Probably
nothing.
Yeah,
She
I'm
knows
sorry.
somebody who got her that job. $750,000 a year, bro, to head the Department of Water and Power for LA. $750,000 and she has no experience at all. She's not even an American citizen. She's from fucking Venezuelan.
For this catastrophe.
She's got a fucking passport. She's not even American, and they gave her the job. You could find anybody from LA that works at all the water treatment plants that maybe is, you know, been doing water treatment their whole fucking lives, knows irrigation, knows. Nope. Now we gotta hire this Venezuelan DEI woke woman.
On the ground.
Doo-doo. Let's call out everything they got going on in California. You got a bunch of people that are homeless, and y'all incentivizing them to take drugs, and you're
giving them all the things
they need. On top of all it is, on top of not taking care of your city. Like,
y'all spending money to actually give crackheads pipes over giving water.
I forgot about that.
Oh, there's so many. I be thinking about all the red flags.
Wow, man. All hell is broken loose in LA right now. And the government...
I mean, the fires are spreading. I looked this morning, bro. The fires are up to Brentwood.
People there that are in charge aren't...
They're almost up to the 405 freeway. Now they're headed over the San Fernando Valley into Woodland Hills and Thousand Oaks.
It's not safe in those cities.
You gotta make... I mean, like, you know...
The fucking fire is not going... And today and tomorrow, you're going to have 45-mile-an-hour winds all over LA for the next 48 hours.
People's money. The mayor got $300,000 for what? Like,
I mean, can you believe this bullshit, man?
For what? Like,
oh, we can't forget about Black Lives Matter out there.
Yeah, can you believe this shit?
This is crazy. That was bad from Gavin.
They defunded the fire department.
Let us know what y'all think in the comments, guys.
And the police.
So how would you purify
Fucking
water
nuts,
in case
man.
of a blackout? Well, why boil it? Boiling kills bacteria, but it doesn't remove contaminants. Plus, it takes a long...
Let me just find another one to watch here. Hold on. Fucking nuts, man. Nuts, man.
Back up. Of course, this is the mandatory evacuation order that came down a few hours ago. It's in effect from Sunset Boulevard north to the Encino Reservoir, from the 405 freeway west.
Yeah, look at this, man. This is fucking... I saw this morning, OC. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Evacuation order.
Ileana mentioned the Super Scoopers will be at it again tomorrow, although one of them is out of commission right now until at least Monday because of a collision with a drone. But they also have the C-130s and also other aircraft, fixed-wing aircraft that will attack that during the day. Our coverage continues right now with Darsha Phillips in the Mountain Gate community. Darsha.
Yeah, right now we are watching the fire
creep
down
bro.
the mountain here. You can see it over my shoulder, and we also have
look at how fucking big the flames are.
Drops, which is really helping, but it is making its way down the mountain into the canyon.
I mean, seriously, man. 4 fucking helicopters dropping water is not helping fucking shit. I mean, really, bro? 4 fucking helicopters. They only hold those little bags, hold like 500 gallons, 1,000 gallons.
Homes that we see that are right along the ridge.
So you look at that, you tell me 4 fucking helicopters are going to put all that fucking fire out. This is why the fire is spreading, because they don't have the fixed-wing aircraft, they don't have the fucking helicopters. They
to
got
make
2
sure that
aircraft
these
and 4
fires,
helicopters
these flames do not
trying to fight a
reach the
fire
homes, but
that's
you can
twice
see
the
the
size
flames
of
have come
fucking
down
New York City
considerably
now.
the mountain here into the Mandeville Canyon. It's moving slowly.
Look at this,
thankfully, but it is making its way down the canyon.
21,596
You can see
acres
it.
burned with
Some
only
pretty big flames
8%
there,
contained.
but, we have seen that continuous
After how many
aerial
days, bro?
assault
This started
all
on
night, which is the
Monday.
good
This
news.
is
Now, joining me
Saturday.
right now are
6
some
days
folks that
later,
had to
and it only
be
got 8%.
evacuated. You told me that you actually evacuated and then came back to help your friend who had to evacuate his elderly dad.
Yeah, correct. My friend evacuated his dad right here, and basically he told me to come check up on his house, so I did. And my friend Tyler and Nala both evacuated too, and luckily they're okay. But
that guy's got a
it's
hardcore
been
face
tragic.
mask right
The
there, man. He's got a
fire's just
good
domed
face
this
mask.
Whole hill. It's truly sad.
I mean, when you guys see this and when you're looking at it, what kind of goes through your mind? I mean, we're still seeing such big flames. Does it make you kind of nervous?
Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal. It's something nobody would ever think could get this big, this fast, and it's just something, it's devastating. Once you see it with your own eyes, it's like, damn, it's something you can't really process on an instant. It's just, you gotta all take it in, and with time, I guess everyone who's affected by this will heal slowly.
Absolutely. I mean, and we're so far away from the Palisades. Were you guys expecting it? Were you worried it ever would come this far?
I mean, it's spread all
I guarantee you
over
they're going to
Los
have a
Angeles.
recall election. Karen Bass is going to get
Calabasas,
kicked out of office.
Malibu,
Gavin
Palisades,
Newsom's going to get kicked out of
and then we
office.
saw the
Oh,
Sunset
and
one,
guess
but, I
what?
would have never expected it
Kamala
here.
Harris
I mean,
said, bro.
It's going in a full circle, which is
Uh-oh.
it's very
Oh, no. OC, I'm so
it's just-
sorry
there's
to
no
hear
words to
that, bro.
describe it.
I told you, you need to
Absolutely.
go
I
get
think
her
that's
some
what-
help,
folks,
man.
thank you
She's
guys so
not
much. I'm
handling
glad you
this
guys
very
are
well,
safe
man.
And you've been evacuated. But again, this community here in Mountain Gate was
I
evacuated.
told you, bro, she's not handling
I wanna
this
say
as
about
very
2
well,
hours,
man, from what you're
2.5
saying.
hours
You really
ago,
need to
we did
have her
hear,
talk to somebody,
the
man.
LAPD come through with their
This is
loudspeaker.
really
and right
affecting
now,
her
the
pretty
power
hard. I
has
can
been
see
turned
this.
off to this community. But what's going on behind me, really interesting. You see the glow, all that
So
fire
guess what
that's
Kamala
kind of
Harris
leading
says?
down that mountain.
That
And then you
she's
see
gonna
these
come and run for
crews
governor
getting
in
into the backyards
California.
of these homes
Because
to
she
make
can fix
sure
all
that
the
they're
problems
watering
here in
down the
California for you
brush,
guys.
because the canyon is right up against those homes, and we've watched these flames slowly.
Well, try
come down
not to
that
have her
canyon.
watch this. You
And
know what I mean?
even with
Try
the aerial assault,
to
there's
take her
another
mind
water
off
drop
of it.
right
You know,
there
take
that
her
you
out.
see. They're doing such an
You know,
amazing
to
job.
you know,
It's just been a
like
continuous
walk around the mall or
row
go to
of-
take her
of
to a
chompers,
movie or
that have
take
come
her
to
out
do this
to eat or
water
you know, but try not to
drop,
let her
but
watch
we are
this shit,
still
bro.
seeing a very
Don't let her
slow
watch.
but forward march
Don't
of
turn
this
it. You know what I mean? That's
to the
because it's only
east,
gonna get worse.
into
This shit ain't gonna be
Mandeville
over,
Canyon.
bro.
And,
I
again,
guarantee
there's a
you,
lot of dry
there's no
brush, a lot
fucking
of
way
fuel for this
this
fire,
fire's
a lot
gonna
of
burn
fuel
for another
for
week
this
or
fire
two.
to
This
eat
is
through.
this is
But the
crazy,
good news
man.
is, as Eliana said,
They
that
do
they're
not
gonna
have a
continue this
handle on this
firefight
at
from the
fucking
air
all,
throughout the
man.
night, and hopefully get a handle on it. We'll send it back to you guys.
Darsha,
Yeah, you really
early
have
on,
to
you've been
keep
in
her
this
from
Mountain Gate community
dwelling
for a
on
while
this, or
now.
she's
Early
gonna go
on,
into
you,
meltdown
said there was
mode,
a
bro.
house which was over your left
This is why
shoulder.
I can only
You
take so
said
much of
power
this.
was
I
cut.
started
Is
crying
that where
yesterday
those
when I was
firefighters
watching
were staging,
Altadena. And I'm a fucking
in your shot
guy,
here?
and a pretty
Yeah,
tough
that's the exact
fucking
same
guy.
location.
Absolutely. If we can.
Oh, yeah, she
actually
said
pan
she's gonna
over
come
there,
back and
Jerry,
fix
to show them that
California.
house where the
Because she knows
firefighters
Gavin
are now.
Newsom's going to get a recall election,
hopefully
right?
you
They're
can
going to
see
kick
the
him
house.
out.
It's dark,
So, yeah,
but
she
the
wants to
power
come and
has
take
been
his
cut.
place.
So
Well, I
you
can
can't
step
really
in.
see the lights in the windows,
You know,
but
I already have
that is
experience
where
as a
those
BP,
firefighters are. We
and
saw
I
them
was
kind of
district
walk
attorney in
over,
California,
jump
attorney
over
general
that
in
wall there
California, and
and get
yeah,
into the
I can come back
backyard
there,
and
run
pull
the
hose
state, get it
into
all
it.
fixed up
We
for you
also
folks.
see
I'm
another
like, oh
engine. I don't
fucking
know if you
yeah,
can see it from
like
that
that's really
vantage
gonna
point,
happen,
but
huh?
It's actually in the driveway of that home. But beyond that home, from what I'm told from folks who live here, are more rows of homes. This is a whole community.
What did it for me was that
A
fucking
lot of it
satellite
is,
image, man.
behind
When I saw that
gates,
satellite
in
image of
private
Altadena
drives.
and how
But
fucking
this
bad
is
it
a
was
community
really
of
fucking
homes
burned.
That's right up against this.
See, the problem
ridge
is
line, right up
the majority of
against
those people are
this
black,
canyon
so you
where
and
this
I already
fire
know
is
what's going to
burning. So, of
happen,
course,
bro.
That is the concern
They're going to
for
get
firefighters,
fucked.
and we saw
They're going to be
just
the
in
last
past,
ones to get
you know,
distance.
20 minutes.
They're going to be the
where-
last ones
where
the
things kind of
contractors are
ramped
going to
up
want to
and-
come.
and
You're going to have to
they
look
got
for
boots
black
on the ground surrounding
contractors,
those homes,
right?
and that's what they call,
And Hispanic
with structure
contractors.
protection.
You
They
know what I
wanna
mean?
protect
They're
those
going to
homes
get
and make
fucked. The
sure
black people are
those
going to get
flames
fucked.
don't
The
reach
insurance company's
the
not going to want to
roofs or the
fucking pay their
backyards of
claims.
those homes.
I can already see this coming already.
In structure protection
What's really funny,
in that
though,
area, and you
is
said
they're
there are
talking
12
about
homes,
the
just
politicians, because you know a lot of
adjacent to you.
politicians in
Does it look like most of the
California
people in the area
and
have
LA
listened to the
lived in Pacific
evacuation orders
Palisades,
and they're out of there?
right? So they've lost their houses, right?
It appears that
So
way.
Brian
It appears
Kilmeade
that
and
most
Joe
folks took
Rogan
this
and
very
shit, and then they
seriously
had Tyrus
and
on
left.
there.
Like I
He
said,
said he
when we
can't
were
wait
coming up
till they
here,
go to
LAPD
apply for their
was on
fucking
their
permit to
loudspeaker
rebuild their
telling everyone
house,
to leave,
and some
and there was a
22-year-old
line of cars
coastal
that was going
Pacific Coastal
down
Commission
Mountain
fucking
View
person
Drive,
tells them
which
to go
was
fuck
good.
off, and they're not going to get to
But,
rebuild
you
their
still have
house.
some residents who are watching
Say, what's
and
that
waiting,
reality
trying to
sets
see
in?
exactly how quickly
Because
this
I
is
already
moving.
told you this
But
is
it
why they
appears
can't
that
rebuild in
homes have been
Malibu, remember?
evacuated. Again, the power has been cut.
Because the Coastal
All of that
Commission
neighborhood
said
down
once a
there
fucking
where you
house
see the
burns
fire
down,
activity,
there's
where you
less
see the
likely
fire
they're going to let them
engine,
rebuild another house
those
there. Because
homes
remember
are
they said they
dark,
wanted to restore
and
it back
it
to
appears
natural, and there was
that,
too many houses
that
already,
the
and blah, 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 blah,
firefighters
blah,
are
blah.
able to get into the backyards and do what they need
So
to
you're going to
do
find
without worrying about the people who live there.
Oh, I
because
already
they
told you
have
this
been
is. I can see
evacuated. So that is
they
the
don't
news.
realize the
That
California
most folks in
Coastal
this neighborhood
Commission
did pack up
controls
and they
all
had
the fucking
been ready
building
to
in
leave,
that part of
just in case.
LA. They intentionally did this years ago because Malibu was getting out of control, right? All these celebrities were building those big houses, and they were saying it's going to be a fire danger because if they have a fire, you know, blah blah blah, we can't get there, and you know all the roads are small, and so
It is terrifying. I mean, I look
you know,
at some
people
of those
have
flames that
fought
are
for
coming over that
years
ridge.
to be able to build
We
a house.
have
I've
watched
seen
this
people
come
when I lived there. I
down
knew
the
people
ridge,
that
and it
were
kept coming,
you know,
and
it
it
took them
kept
years
coming,
and
even
years and
with
years of
the
court
amount
battles
of
and going back and
water
forth
drops that
to
were
finally get
put
plans
on this
approved to get the
fire.
fucking
It is
build.
still burning.
After years and years, there's some
pretty good
people
right
own
now.
land there.
So
They
much
still can't
brush
build
in
on,
these canyons
and
that
nobody
it's
wants to
eating
buy
through.
it. People think,
Take a
oh, the
look at
land's so
flames,
valuable.
how big
I have
they
a
are right
feeling
now. So
all
it
those
is
houses
pretty
that burned down
scary,
along the
which is why
beach,
you have
they're
a
not
lot
going to
of
let them rebuild
residents
any of those.
who
They're
are
going to
where
open
we
up all
are,
that to the public
watching,
for beach
you know,
now.
hoping
Because
that
oh,
it
we have all
somehow
this beach
stops,
access. Because remember
before
what
it
a big
gets to
hassle
the
it was
side. So
for people to
it
get
is
to the
pretty
beach?
scary for
Because
the
all those
folks
people
who
that own the
are
houses
here
said that they
and are
own the beach
watching
too.
and seeing
But the
it
beach
so close
is
to
public
the
domain,
homes.
not
That
the
one
property
home
of their
is right up
houses.
against
There
there.
used to be
So
these big
we're really
battles
hoping
with them
that,
didn't want
these
people
aerial
hanging out in front of their houses, right?
continue, and they are
So it was
able to
always
get a
hard.
handle
Like you
on
can go to the
this,
Malibu
because
colony,
it's
right? When you turn off a
slowly
PCH where the
moving
sheriff's
down
station
the hill,
is,
but it
and
is
there's
moving.
parking spots, and
Yeah,
they had
you
to
know,
make
any
those
more
little
to that
fucking
Unified
walkways to
Command
go down to the
mutual aid that we
beach for
talked
people.
about. I don't
Remember
know
they
if you
fought
picked up
that
on
shit
the
back
phone,
in
but
the 80s
fire
and
Rick
shit.
is from Riverside County. So again, that's just an example. They're in that driveway.
Because all those
Infrastructure
rich
protection.
people were like, fuck, I can pay $25 million for my house. I don't want a bunch of fucking Mexicans fucking camping out in fucking front of it on the fucking beach.
Emmanuel, I'm sorry, in Mountain Gate. We want to now switch gears.
Yeah,
and
so
have
this
an
is how
overview
they
of
got
Lisa
around
Lisa
it.
Jenkins.
They
She's
had
out
to
with people
designate
evacuated.
parking areas, and they had to make those little walkways between the houses to get to the beach. Remember, they voted on them. They had this whole big thing back in the 80s over all this shit. Yeah, exactly, bro. And all, well, this is why the California Coastal Commission was formed, to be able to deal with this whole issue. And it's basically the surfers are the ones who started the movement. That's what's so funny. It was all the fucking surfers, man, that started it because they couldn't get access to where they wanted to go surfing.
Getting a handle on this.
So the irony of it, you know, you get a bunch of fucking,
and the dozer lines that the
you know,
firefighters said
surf
they had created earlier.
guys, and they're the ones who started this whole thing years ago to gain access. But the California Coastal Commission is now in control of all that fucking building, and they don't want people to build there. They want to return it to a natural state.
Do you belong here?
So there's a good chance that all those houses along the beach aren't going to get rebuilt. They're not going to get. See, they may have insurance, right? They got insurance. They're all fucking wealthy celebrities and movie stars, so they got the money to rebuild. The problem is they're not going to get a building permit. They're going to deny their building permit due to environmental impacts and blah 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 blah. Watch, this is going to start a whole new fucking
ready to go, but it's
fucking
decided,
round of
so
fights
I'm
and shit
staying.
when all these people find out
I
they
think
can't
this
rebuild their
fire is actually
houses.
they're doing a great job, the firefighters.
You watch.
When it flares up,
Nobody wants to
there's
hear they own a
choppers everywhere,
$45 million fucking house on the beach and they can't rebuild it now because because of
more
environmental
orange,
impact.
and you could see a lot more smoke. And
But I
think
guarantee you, this is
you were saying
coming,
you were
man.
watching
This
that.
is
that's when
they're
all
gonna
the-
deny
that's when
fucking
everybody was,
permits
I
left
was
and
watching the
fucking
TV,
right, man. And
I came
then
outside to
it's
look
gonna-
at it, and everybody was leaving the neighborhood. Then it gave everybody a good scare. It really did.
So, about a
they
month
acted
from
a
now
little-
is when this
I
shit's
heard a
really
lot
gonna
of
hit the
horn
fucking
honking and
fan,
stuff
man.
As people were leaving, a lot of the elderly people have left. There's not too many people in the neighborhood. They're calling me now. I'm checking on their homes for security too. We have a security watch on the neighborhood, so don't come up here. And I think they're checking. I don't think they're allowing people in the neighborhood now.
Right. And that's part of why the National Guard came to assist local agencies with having checkpoints.
Look
sure
at,
there aren't looters.
hey, you got your fucking beaches down there. Fucker, you live in Orange County, man. Quit fucking with the people in LA, man.
Let's just talk about it. It's been nonstop for the last couple of years of people taking advantage. So people are really on guard. I think neighbors are watching neighbors now. I think there's more community when catastrophes happen.
Well, like I said, it's going to start a huge fucking court battle, man.
And what
It's
he
going to
said
start
to
a
me at the end of that
huge fucking
interview
court
is that
battle.
He does not plan to.
Because, like I said,
leave
you
tonight.
know
He
right
said
now,
he's
all
ready,
those people
but
think
he's
that they
here
can
and he's
rebuild.
watching out for his
Yeah,
other
they're all
neighbors'
upset.
houses.
You know, their
Many of
houses
them
are gone, but you know they're all sitting there going, well, it's okay. Once this quiets down, you know, we'll get Jeff, our contractor. You know, I've already been on the phone with him, and he said, yeah, don't worry. You know, we'll get in there with a debris removal truck, and, you know, we'll go and start figuring out where the temporary office is. You know, because the Pacific Palisades is all destroyed, so you have to set up a temporary town office someplace, a trailer or whatever.
They came to this lookout point and they said.
Then the reality is going to set in when fucking John, their fucking contractor, calls them back and says, oh, we have a problem. They're not going to issue permits for you to rebuild.
But they feel a sense of relief.
And they're going to be like, what? Because, yeah, the California Coastal Commission says that you got to do an environmental impact
Your
report.
spot right now. What about the neighborhood you're in? Is that still under mandatory evacuation orders?
So, yeah, I have a feeling that they're going to run into a big... Because this is why, like I said, when you drive up Pacific Coast Highway and you get into Malibu and you look on the right-hand side, that's why there's all those hills are empty. You can drive on the streets up there and you can see it's all overgrown from... But that's where houses used to be. That's why that whole stretch going up to where the Malibu Pier is and shit is all empty. It's all grass on the right-hand side because it all used to be houses. They all burned down in the 80s, and they wouldn't let them rebuild.
I'm sure many of the people who are elderly are not going to come back to the neighborhood tonight.
All right, Macy Jenkins live for us in Encino.
No, like I said, man, this is like...
to cover this unprecedented fire, or series of fires, we have a team of reporters from all across the country who traveled to help us out with this.
Kevin Geis, live for us once again in Brentwood. And once again, Kevin, you've been talking to people
Yeah,
out
and they
there
turned off the
who've
power in
had to leave their homes
Brentwood.
as well.
Because they're worried about the down lines, so that's why it's so dark, because they shut the fucking power off. They're talking to people trying to evacuate their homes with no fucking power. And apparently, I guess they didn't have flashlights or whatever, so... Yeah, because they shut all the power off, so these people are in their houses and apartments trying to get shit out with no fucking lights.
Kenter Avenue and Sunset Boulevard, Brentwood, sort of in the heart of Brentwood here. We were spending the afternoon up on the hill just a little bit, talking to some of those evacuees. And some of the good news is we've sort of stopped seeing a lot of the cars working their way down the hill, and we've seen a lot of those police officers going up the hill, getting some of those last-minute messages into people. And then everything sort of in front of me here is in a warning at the moment. I want to bring in Marcos.
So basically,
here,
everything
sort of in that warning
north
area.
of Sunset Boulevard is going to burn, bro.
You
Brentwood,
mentioned the list. Talk to me a little bit about the list
Westwood,
that you were trying to make.
It's all going to start burning in that
No,
area.
it's a very interesting experience to do a list where you're trying to decide the things that you want to take out of a fire situation to evacuate and take the most important belongings. But yeah, we've been trying to serve all day and help in the evacuation centers with our
Fucking
community
nuts,
in Mosaic from Hollywood, and then just trying to help the people as much as
Just
we
be
can.
happy you live where you live,
Lost
bro.
their homes and
Well, I don't know, because Laguna Niguel, remember what happened there? They never thought that fire would get out of control that day. I remember watching that fire, too. I watched it, remember how it spread? It started up above the houses and shit. And then basically came down and went through the whole fucking town and burned the whole fucking town to the ground.
The neighbors, friends, anyone you really can try to help over the last
I remember
few days.
that. I don't know how old you were. You were pretty
it's just
fucking
been
young
devastating.
with that one, bro. That's I think that was in the
absolutely.
90s.
You know, I think it's sometimes there's a lot of beauty that comes.
You
out
live
of
in that
those-
area then?
Those horrible tragedies.
see?
And
it's a little bit. One of the hardest things is to hold both things at the same time, right?
It was fucking bad enough. It burned a shitload of houses and burned it downtown of Laguna Niguel. So
the community here in Brentwood is incredible.
that was a super fast moving, but it was the same thing. Remember, it started up at the top of that canyon and just fucking the wind just shoved it right down into the fucking town.
So describe for me what it's like with some of your neighbors. Have you been checking in on some of your neighbors? Are they giving you inspiration about what to throw in a car? Have you been trying to...
Oh my God! Yeah, you were only 1 year old, bro.
We talked about things.
Or no, I think it happened about that time.
Fire coming, is evacuation coming? So.
Oh no, not from 2021. No, dude, back in the 90s, if you go Google it, they had a fire that burned the whole fucking town, the whole downtown area. It burned to the ground, man. Everything.
Mandated. So.
Laguna Niguel burned to the whole fucking ground. It came down that canyon and burned the whole fucking town to the ground.
Sort of working through a lot of this area. They actually cut the power here.
You were like a fucking baby, man. You were like 6 months old sucking on your mommy's titties, man, when that fucking fire happened.
Video from earlier today of there's not just people.
Yeah, look at all these goats, man.
We've also had goats as well, and there are a lot of animals.
Yeah, that one. That's a 2021.
Here trying to get them to safety as well.
Yeah, look at all these goats, man, running down the fucking road.
They're also trying to help other species and other people as well.
I didn't know they had goat farms in fucking Brentwood.
Back to you in the studios. We watched sort of the flames.
Yeah, do you know they had goat farms in Brentwood? I didn't know they had goat farms. That's a shitload of goats, man.
Thank you.
Probably goat milk. You know, they probably have goat milk and goat cheese.
Colleen and Michael, they're people just like us. And you know, and it's fair.
That was Dennis Quaid right there driving away.
There have been a number of celebrities that we know that have lost their homes.
The biggest thing is there's so many.
And it is important.
Yeah, I didn't know they had goats there.
There will be.
I'm assuming that's what they're doing. It's goat milk and goat cheese.
We will see it in the coming months.
Because that was a shitload of goats.
Years that people that have a platform.
And a lot of them looked like they were females. They all had teats.
And remind people that this is going to be a very
so I'm assuming that's what they're doing is they have a farm and they're just harvesting the milk.
Do it together.
Because that's pretty popular, you know, so if you have it fresh goat milk and then they make cheese.
Told me that they were waiting for their marching orders, and they have gotten their marching orders, and they are now trying to hit this fire before it spreads any farther east. We're live here at Mandeville and Sunset.
Yeah, you have to Google that, the original Laguna Niguel fire, bro. It was really bad. I mean, really bad.
We did.
We needed it, didn't we, Colleen? Didn't we? We just needed it. And you know what? It's just something that I think, for all of us, just a reason to smile.
Got it.
Robert, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, folks, it's just after 11 o'clock, and we continue following breaking news on the
wildfires. This is a replay
here in Southern California.
This is not even a fucking live of the fucking fires. 11 o'clock at night last night.
They include Sunset Boulevard North to the Encino Reservoir, and from the 405 West to Mandeville Canyon.
Fucking
live. The Center, Mount St.
It says live, and it's not. It says live, and it's some other fucking bullshit thing, man.
This is the coolest innovation of our lifetime.
It says live, and it says 11 p.m., man, here on the West Coast. I'm like, that's not fucking live, dude.
On your screen, officials confirming the dead do include 4 men and a woman who were unable to leave time to defend their homes in Altadena, a community near Pasadena. Tom Vakar with Fox.
What the fuck?
Other than the loss of a family member or a friend, the loss of a home is one of the deepest emotional traumas a family can experience.
That's great, Grandma. That's my grandma.
This photo album is essentially the sole remnant that an elderly couple was able to grab from their home as the firestorm was about to incinerate it and everything within. The shocked and saddened owners, Mike and Dolly Perdomas, asked their daughter to speak with us about the family's loss and her parents.
My father is an immigrant who came here with $1 in his pocket.
And Mom?
She's very sad. My mom was a stay-at-home mom for years.
The loss?
This is my childhood home that I was born in and lived in until I started college. And then in college, I moved in with my grandmother and lived in that house for quite a few years. It's like watching your childhood burn down.
A decade ago, her parents' house was burned down from illegal fireworks, but the family rebuilt.
So this was their new rebuilt dream house, and my mom had bought all this lovely furniture, and that's all gone.
Also lost her grandparents' nearby home.
Both houses are burned. Everything is burned. They got out only with their cats and photo albums.
Also lost the town she grew up in.
It was idyllic. It was so safe. My parents never locked their doors. We would skateboard barefoot, and we could walk down to the beach. I spent years walking up to that little town and the community theater.
I can't believe Pacific Palisades is gone, man. I mean, it's hard for people, unless you live there, to realize how cute it was.
The biggest
I
worry
mean,
going
it's like
forward,
it was,
the deeper regret
you know, a
her
lot of
mom and
old
dad
growth
have for the loss of
eucalyptus
the
trees and
long-saved
pines
personal
and
mementos,
spruce and
baby pictures,
you know, it
and
had like a
furniture.
little
In
small town
reality,
feel
the
to it.
truly
Just like you
important
said,
things
man, it was like
that
really
can
cool
never,
and casual
ever
and
be recovered.
you know, Gelson's Market was there in Little Town Square, and I mean, it's just all very laid back, man.
As in any fire,
And the
for
whole
any
fucking
reason,
thing
the
is
loss of
gone.
a
I
home
mean, everything
can
is
defeat
gone.
the
Downtown,
rebuilding spirit.
everything is gone. Everything
And
is
this family
literally the whole town
says
of
it
Pacific
will
Palisades
rebuild.
is wiped out.
Tom
The whole
Baker,
fucking town is
Fox
gone.
News.
Everything, every business,
Tom,
every
thank you so
store,
much
every.
for that
I
report
mean, I was
right
like,
there. You
just
are
to
looking
think
at
that's
some
nuts,
of the
man.
video
They
coming
completely
in of
wiped
the
out the
Eaton
whole fucking
fire.
town.
Again, the aftermath there. In this video provided by Fox 11 LA, I want to talk a little bit
I used to go
more
up here
about these
all the
fires
time and
overall.
bicycle
So
ride,
let's
bro.
bring in Ronna Doherty,
It was
an
my favorite
assistant
bicycle
professor
riding
in the
area to
School
go
of
up to the
Public
Santa Monica
Affairs at the
Mountains that
University of
way.
South
And
Florida, joining us now.
I just
to
cannot
talk more
believe
about this.
that this
Thank you
fucking
so much
goddamn
for
mayor of
taking the
LA
time
and the
to be
fucking
here with
governor,
us today and
she
help
takes off
break
the
this
fucking
down
Guyana
a
when the
little bit
fire
further.
starts, and then he's standing there
hey,
4
good morning,
hours
Josh.
after it's
All right,
going,
so first
doesn't
off,
say
I
anything
wanna
about
talk
I'm going to
about
call
these
out the
fires
National Guard,
overall,
I'm going to
because
ask other
we're
states
talking
around
about
here sending
fires
fire
that are just
trucks to
a
lady.
little bit
Oh, I'm getting
different
on the
than
phone
what we
with
would
Biden.
usually see there in
And then she's like,
California.
tells that lady, I've tried to get a hold of
Absolutely,
Biden
and I
5
think,
times,
one
he's
of the
not
things we
answering
need to
my
keep in mind
calls.
is it's
Yeah,
different
because he's
what we
probably
might, than what we
fucking
might see
passed
in
out on a
California
beach
traditionally,
chair.
but it's not really
Or
different
he's
than what
fucking
we might expect,
sleeping because he's
considering
fucking
it's
tired
just the
because he
sort of
can't
perfect
stay
storm
up
that
past
happened.
fucking
Same thing
11 a.m.
happened
now and I'm
in
going to
Maui in
sleep all
2023.
day.
We're seeing a sort of a pattern with wildland fires, right? It's
Yeah, he
that
was
you've
telling
got
that
this
lady,
perfect
I've
storm
tried to
of
reach
these hybrid
Biden 5
situations, which
times now
the
and he's
Santa
not
Ana
answering
is
my
notorious for
call.
bringing.
I'm like, and what the fuck is Biden gonna do?
Native. You've got low
You
humidity,
fucking dumbass
and, to top it
motherfucker.
off, you've got
He's
a
only
lack
got
of
10
rainfall.
fucking days and he's not
so
gonna be
all of these things are
president
culminating
anymore.
together in a space like
On the
that.
20th, we
And,
got
you know,
9
out in
days.
LA,
Today's 11. We got
Pacific
9
Palisades,
days,
all of
and
these
then Donald
different
Trump is gonna
communities
take
there.
over. Then watch
The
shit
starting
start
point of
happening.
these is because
Watch how
we've got
fast shit
this
starts
wildland
changing
urban
around the fucking
interface
country.
that we're kind of sort of seeing this issue
The fuck is
with.
Biden
We're
gonna
coming
do?
out
I'm on
of
the phone with
downtown and we're
Biden. Dude, you're governor of California, the 6th largest economy on the fucking planet. Literally, California, not in the fucking United States, folks. You go Google it. California has the 6th largest economy in the fucking world behind United States, China, Russia, France, I think it's Germany, and then it's California, and then a bunch of other countries. You're trying to tell me a fucking state that has the 6th largest economy in the fucking planet has to call the president of the United States to get help?
You know, and
I gotta
have
call
to
the
say,
president to
we
get
can't say
help.
enough of
Gosh,
good
I
things
can't bring
about what
fire
they're
trucks
doing,
in.
because
I can't
not only are they
do
risking their
anything
lives
at all. I
every
can't
day,
get the
they're risking their
National
lives in this
Guard in.
situation,
I gotta
in
wait
a
5
space where they
days
probably
until
know they
everything's
cannot
burned
100%
down, and then I'm gonna call the
contain it
National
in a
Guard
short
out
amount
on
of time.
Friday.
It's
Yesterday,
because we have
they
these
finally
additional
started
situations
staging
that
the
we
National
as,
Guard
community
yesterday,
residents
and you
may not
still
be aware
don't
of.
see
For
them
instance,
anywhere.
I didn't
I was
realize
watching
that
video
some
last
firefighters
night.
were
I
all
didn't see the
intercourse.
National Guard
So
anywhere.
when we see that, why
Anywhere.
are they skipping these homes? Why are they going past this area? A lot of it has to do because they have to work in a certain trajectory. Or when we see those helicopters just sort of just pushing down retardants, it's not for no reason. They have to do it a certain way because their goal really is to just not just look at dimming down these fires, but to avoid the next 48 hours or 72 hours where those embers could flow to the next place. So the reality is, how do they begin to fight it? I think maybe additional wildland fire training going forward for everyone would be a start, maybe. But there's just no way for them to truly, snap their fingers, and no matter how much training they have be able to just fix everything.
Yeah, they're staging at
just
the
something that a lot of people don't
at the air
necessarily realize
either
as
the
you're talking
airport,
about all
bro,
these crews,
in
you're
Santa
talking about
Monica.
something that, yes, you prepare
They're either at the
for,
airport
but
or
again,
somewhere
these are
there.
burning out of
Maybe they're at the
control. How do
Civic Center,
winds
the
kind
Santa
of
Monica
factor
Civic
into this?
Center.
Because we
Is that
saw,
huge parking
I don't know
lot?
if you would classify it as
Right
a
next to the
wind
City Hall, the
storm or
police
something of that
station,
nature,
on
but, how do
Ocean
the
and
winds kind of
Pico.
factor in?
Right on Ocean and Pico. I think that's the
can't
parking
attest
lot
to,
they're
you know,
staging
the
in.
wind factor in the storm, the perfect storm, if you will. But these winds were going east to west, as all the news has found out. Meteorologists are on top of that information. But I think that the most important things is
Fuck,
winds
it's
factor
snowing in
because
fucking Atlanta,
when winds
Georgia, bro.
change, they take the fires in different
There's
directions.
fucking airplane
The
flights
little embers
delayed
that we
all
see
over the
floating around,
country
they can travel
because
for
the
miles.
Atlanta
And,
airport
that
shut
one
down,
little
and that's
ember
the
goes onto
largest
someone's
fucking hub in the
backyard
country.
that just hasn't been done in a while. That dry brush will just flame up.
Oh, you saw them on
immediately.
PCH?
So you have to be
All right.
cognizant that
Yeah, the one I saw looked like they were all in the
it's gonna be a
parking lot. Looked
situation
like at the
where,
Civic
again, you said
Center
it, it's out of control,
or at the
and a
college
lot
or
of that
something
has
there.
to do with because winds will make it travel.
Yeah, so they've had to
It's
shut down
hard to
Atlanta
compare
airport, right? And
situations
that's
for
the
sure. I
largest
know
in
you
the
did
fucking
some
country. And
research
I think it's the
there
largest in the
on
world.
Maui wildfires.
That
Kind of
airport.
tell me a
They've had to
little
shut
bit
it
more
down
about that,
because
and
they
there's
can't
no
take
way to
off and
really
land. And of
compare,
course, that's
right?
caused this ripple effect all the way across the United States. 8,500 canceled flights.
Technically, right? You had similar situations, and now we know with the Maui wildfires that the report came out. It was the a power line that just sparked up, and that was the cause for it. It's too soon to tell on this
And then,
one.
apparently, I think it's
you can't compare,
Tennessee.
but what you can compare is just
They've
that-
had the most
that
snow
loss,
they've
right?
ever
The
had on
trauma.
this day. They've broken every
I
fucking
can't
record, so their
reasonably
airport's
tell someone
closed.
to
They can't even
look
keep
at
the
the
runways
logistics
open
of
off their
how
airport.
people are
There's
responding,
been people there that's been there for
governor,
24 hours
FEMA,
plus
things
at the
like that, when
airport.
they've
I'm like,
lost
fuck, I'd go stay in a
everything. You see
motel,
these
man. I make the
reports about people
motherfuckers pay for a motel. I wouldn't
their
sit at the fucking
homes,
airport.
their lives, and
By law,
you
if you
can't,
can't get on your
really-
flight after
you
3
can't
hours,
really
they have to
explain
refund you
that,
the
I
full
think,
amount
very
of your
easily.
flight.
I
Did you
think
know
at this
that?
point, all we can do is
There's
just
an
keep
unknown.
pushing
There's a
forward,
law that people don't
and just make sure
push
that
when they
we
go to the
are
airport, but you
learning
put it on
from
your
this,
phone,
building back
and when they try to pull
better,
that shit on
not
you,
the
you pull
same.
that up. There's a FAA
My last
regulation that
question
they
for
can't put you on
is
another
there
flight
really
within
any way
3
to
or
go
4
about
hours after
preventing
yours been
these fires
canceled.
from-
They got to
from
pay you the
breaking
full
out in
amount
the
of your
first place?
fucking
I know that's
refund.
not necessarily your expertise, but I did want to
I think
ask
it's
you
4
just
hours,
based
bro.
on, the information
They have a
that you've
4-hour
seen from the
window to get you
research.
on another
Is there
plane.
a way, or is that something
But they got to
maybe
pay you the full
we
amount,
as people are still
or
working
3
to
times the amount, or
figure
something
out?
like that. It's some crazy thing.
Right,
It's
and
3
I'll
times
be
the
honest,
amount,
at
or
the
5 times the
individual
amount of
level,
your ticket,
prevention
your original ticket.
It's very difficult, if
Now, I
not,
watched this
near impossible, because one
video
person
once
can't
on
prevent a
YouTube when this
fire of
lady
scale.
was,
No, it's just
she
not
was
possible,
telling
no matter
people
what the
that,
reason
how to
was.
do that.
But I absolutely think
Because
it's
there's,
preventable.
people get
from a
screwed all the
community,
time at
a
airports, right?
city,
When
a
they tell
county,
you got to
state,
wait, there's nothing
a
they can
federal
do,
level,
and people are
because
there for
we need
days,
to be
and
better at
like these
mitigation.
idiots
We're
I was
so
watching.
used
I've been
to
here
funding
24
response and
hours,
recovery.
this other person.
We
I've been
start
here
thinking
15
backwards,
hours. I'm
right?
like,
You know,
there,
if
you could
you
enact
are
that
seeing
fucking
fires,
law
there
that
are
they have,
ways
that
to
they got to
ensure
fucking
that
pay you,
our
and,
zoning regulations
you know,
and building
go
codes
do
are
something
up to
else
date
at
to
that
reduce
point.
that risk. We need to make sure that we are
That's pretty
conducting
short.
prescribed burns. The state of Florida,
Yeah, it's pretty short. I know it's a
very-
short window for
is very
domestic
good about
flights.
ensuring that we have the
Yeah,
potential
but
for
nobody
wildland
fucking
fires
bothers
this
to put
dry
that on their
season.
phone.
We have counties that have entire units
Oh,
for
6
that.
hours. Yeah, I know
And the
they
reality
have it.
is,
But
as of
nobody
the
enacts that.
wildfires,
Nobody puts it on their
every state
phone,
has
and then when the
wildland fire
goddamn
lists.
fucking
So
ticket
yes,
agent
I
tries to
do
give you
think
some
it's
bullshit,
for a
you
large
pull
part
that up
of
and say,
it.
you better
Forces of
fucking
nature
read this
can
real
be
quick, because it
quite,
says here you got to pay me 3 times the amount of my
crazy, but
fucking ticket
it
for
can
not
be
putting me on a
preventable
fucking
if
plane.
we are just looking at our,
Oh, you looked it up just
policies
now?
and
Good man,
legislation.
OC.
And how are we ensuring that our structure.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck, if I ever have to travel on a fucking plane again, I'm going to make sure I pull that up and put that on my phone, man. These motherfuckers trying to pull some shit with me.
All right, Ratna, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and help break it down. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Hell, they had us on the fucking runway for like 4 fucking hours on the fucking runway in a plane, man, with no air conditioning, man. We were fucking dying, man.
For now, I do want to head to a quick break.
I think that we were in Atlanta, too.
Connor Hansen, he is live with the latest
information. Yeah, they had us on a fucking runway, man, and they had to keep shutting the fucking plane off so they wouldn't run out of fucking fuel. So then there's no air conditioning, and you know we're all like dying in the middle of fucking summer in a goddamn fucking plane. It was crazy, man. So fucking pissed off. That was United or whatever. I said I'll never fly these motherfuckers again, man.
12 months of weight loss by Hers includes 1 weekly injection.
I used to try to fly JetBlue. JetBlue was the best airlines I flew on for the most part.
Start your weight loss journey
I
today.
never had any problems on fucking JetBlue, man. That's Santa Monica right there. Oh, that's Bakersfield. Sorry, Bakersfield. I see they're flashing around. Catalina. Yeah, it's so stupid, OC, that people don't realize, you know, they don't empower themselves, you know, to not, you know, to listen to that bullshit, man. They just get fucking herded around like fucking sheep. That's so fucking funny. Gavin Newsom, I've been trying to reach Biden now. Look, he even showed the lady the phone. Look, I've tried to call him 5 times in a row. I'm like, oh yeah, show the ladies fucking Biden's private fucking cell phone number, you dumb shit. If I was that lady, I'd be like memorizing that fucking number and calling him up. Maybe it just said President Biden or something there for the name. But he said, I tried to call him 5 times and he won't answer the phone. But what does that tell you? You have a governor of one of your states that's having a major fucking natural disaster, and he calls you 5 times and you don't answer your phone. And you're the president of the United States. That's very reassuring, huh? Like I said, that's what's so fucking asinine,
Welcome
man.
back here on
You
Live
call the
Now
president
from
5
Fox
fucking
714
times,
on the
and you're the
East
governor of a
Coast
state
and
that's burning
414
to
on
the
West
fucking
Coast.
ground,
My
and
name
he
is
doesn't
Josh
answer his
Breslow,
phone.
and I'm here to
5
bring you all of
times
your top
in a row.
stories and live events from across the country and across the world. You're looking at some of the fire video.
Exactly. I bet you he doesn't even have that cell phone with him. That fucking cell phone's probably sitting on the fucking desk in the Oval Office or in his fucking Biden. You know what I mean? He didn't even have that phone around him.
Fox News team. He is out there right now gathering all of the latest details.
But that's so fucking scary. You think Donald Trump would do that?
So much. What is
if Donald Trump was president right now and this was all happening, what do you think would be going on?
Well, Josh, unfortunately, we're seeing.
And Gavin Newsom's like, oh, I called up Trump and invited Trump to come out and tour the fires.
And ash. There's thousands of not just homes, but businesses and schools that have been laid to waste. But even in neighborhoods
Yeah, exactly.
like this one,
and everybody knows his handlers fucking don't let anybody talk to him.
over the hills, sort of
Everybody knows this, man. He is so fucking isolated from the fucking world. It's not even funny.
large fires, as you mentioned, and more strong winds are in the forecast.
I guarantee you, the first day on Monday, Trump would have been fucking on the phone with all the governors of all the surrounding states. He would have been fucking, he would have ordered the National Guard to be deployed, because the president can order the National Guard to be deployed for 2 weeks under federal, federal emergency. Because I got deployed during the riots and all that shit. I was in the National Guard.
But it's important to remain
I've got deployed several times in California during emergencies.
Some families are
When I was
now
in the Guard.
returning to their charred
During the
homes for
earthquake,
the first
during the
time,
fucking riot.
faced with a new reality. Folks here are bracing for a long and expensive rebuild, but FEMA is reassuring the public that funds are available to help.
Go to disasterassistance.gov, but also contact your insurance company because we need to see what they pay.
As the fight continues, there's mounting criticism of local officials over LA's preparedness for the fire.
There's mounting criticism of local officials? Nah.
Failed firefighters.
I'm telling you, Karen Bass better be careful they don't burn her fucking house to the ground, bro.
What the fire department
I'm
needs
dead
to operate
serious.
to
She's gonna
meet
be
the
lucky they
demands
don't
of the
Molotov
community.
cocktail her fucking house. I bet she's got police and security watching her house 24/7.
And officials now
How much
say
you want to make
at
a
least
bet?
11
They've already
people
thought of
have
this.
died in these fires, and
And she's got cops parked right in front of her fucking house at the end of the fucking block. They're checking IDs, not letting anybody on the street where she lives.
Connor, what do we know?
Because I guarantee you, enough people are thinking that right now, man, that we're gonna go burn that fucking cunt's fucking house to the ground, man.
These major fires are not necessarily contained.
That's right. Unfortunately, Josh, these are still massive wildfires. We're standing in Pacific Palisades right now.
I can't believe this. OC, 6 fucking days later, and they only got 8% contained on one of the fucking fires.
We've heard about 8%
That's it.
contained, so a long way to go there. The next largest is the Eaton Fire. That's in Altadena, California, a little bit further inland. The second most destructive so far, and I believe the deadliest at this point, the numbers we're seeing, that's only 3% contained. A lot of progress has been made on some of the
the Eaton fire is only 3% contained.
In the Hollywood Hills.
And what the fuck is going on? Why can't they get firemen from other fucking states here, man? What the fuck is going on? There's dozens and dozens of fixed-wing aircraft all over the fucking United States. There's no fires going on anywhere. It's fucking wintertime in the whole goddamn country except for southern fucking California. So why do they only have 2 fucking airplanes?
They were out there at the scene of one of
I've seen fires in the past, bro, where they've had over a dozen fucking, and they have that big giant one. It's like an L-1011 or something that's even bigger.
As you stand here, look around, what goes through your mind?
Well, I just complete and utter devastation.
I already watched this morning. That's why I decided to start streaming, bro. When I got up, they said you guys are going to have 45-mile-an-hour winds through Sunday night. I was like, oh, fucking shit, man. You got to be fucking kidding.
Respectfully,
so 2 more days of 45-mile-an-hour winds now.
You know, Tubbs fire, I thought I'd never seen anything like that. 5,600.
Boy, look at his hair, man. Look at that hair gel. How much hair gel do you think he has on his hair right now? Look at that, man. His hair is like perfect, man. I mean, not a strand out of fucking place on his head. Look at that. Tucked behind his ears.
Rebuilding, not going to be easy. We know
he probably carries a fucking styling hair gel and all that in his goddamn fucking SUV there. Oh, I can't get out. I got to fix my hair first. And you can tell he's got gel on his hair, OC. It's quite obvious he's wearing gel. Dude, are you a fucking man? Are you some fucking woke DEI piece of shit? Why do you got hair styling gel on, bro? What the fuck, man? I got styling gel. God, so my hair doesn't fucking move.
Debris removal done, dealing with the hazardous waste, getting that done as quickly as possible, getting those contracts in order at the same time simultaneously.
Yeah, he's always worried about his fucking looks.
Business loans and the like.
You're not worried about having soot on his face and his hair all messed up and dirty clothes because he's been trying to help people move shit out of. No, see this little photo op here. Let me stand here and tell people, God, I'm doing so much and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And
where it's obvious that's going to be a huge issue too.
Yeah. Oh, you know, by the way, I just bought my family a $9 million mansion in San Francisco.
Old strategies that we did up in Paradise. These are more contemporary strategies of focusing on one-stop shopping, making sure that we have an expedited approval process to make sure that we're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
And in terms of insurance, are you think that what the state has right now is adequate to deal with this situation? And if not, what specifically needs to change when it comes to insurance?
Well, we haven't even had a chance to get in and do the assessment, so we have to do the assessment. So that's number one, and then we'll be able to answer that question. But the scale and scope and the value of these homes is off the charts, so it's profound. The FAIR Plan has a reinsurance component. The FAIR Plan has a component of a requirement as it relates to how it's pooled that shares with other people that are in the market, that they have a responsibility as it relates to anything that goes above and beyond the reinsurance. So we obviously are stress testing that, and not just the insurance commissioner. We had a team 2 days ago already working on this, but we have to assess the actual value. There's been wild estimates up to $57 billion, but on the basis of what? That's the basis of some aerial assessments, not a real detailed understanding of what's happened on the ground.
I mean, do you have a sort of an idea of what this is all going to cost?
Everybody has got no one does. I mean, it's literally, when you see a number like that, it's wild speculation. It's astronomical. It's unprecedented. That's not a numeric, but there can't be a numeric until you get the teams on the ground. Right now, we're still fighting again 5 active fires.
You put out a letter to DWP asking, how is it that there was no water to fight this fire in certain places. We were here, and basically these places just burned, and there was nothing that could be done. Does the state have any responsibility in that? Is there more the state can do to make sure it doesn't happen again?
That's what I did. That's what the letter's about. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's be transparent. Let's move this forward quickly. DWP and the city and the oversight as it relates to the Met, and we want to make sure that all that information is made real time and in public. I'm not interested in the finger point. I want to know what the hell happened, and would it have mattered? I mean, I'll just be honest about it here. I've talked to all my experts, all the firefighters I've been with. They said we could add an engine on every house and 90-mile-an-hour winds with all the pressure in the world. So you got to be realistic about that as well, but still doesn't make it right. And I want to know what went wrong so it doesn't happen again.
But when you saw those images, I mean, that outraged so many folks.
I didn't see the images. I was there.
Right.
I was right on the line. I was here within a couple hours of the
bullshit.
incident. So
this is from a couple days ago,
too. In real time. Yeah.
This is not new.
These systems obviously were not designed for a catastrophic event of this scale and magnitude. So the question is, they need to be designed in this new world reality, where we're in the middle of January, it's 70 degrees out. You get hurricane force winds up to 100 miles an hour, extended over a period of time. That's reality. So you got to prepare for that new reality.
That's not a new reality. They've had Santa Ana winds since fucking California was settled by the fucking Mexicans in the fucking 1500s, you dumbass mother.
With President Trump and then Governor Brown. I know you just put out a letter asking.
Oh, so Trump did come out there, huh?
To come here. What's your main message to him?
I'd like the President of the United States, at least the President-elect, to come and visit the people out here. His lives have been completely
Yeah, he's trying to say that these Santa Ana winds are a new phenomenon. Well, we got to prepare for this new condition. They're not new, dude. They've been around for fucking since the fucking dinosaurs were fucking walking here, and the woolly mammoths at the La Brea fucking tar pits, you dumb fuck.
Inhumanity of that, I would like people to focus on a collaboration between
that was
the
2018
executive in Washington D.C.
and
the state of California to help rebuild a community that's
I didn't think he came out here yet.
We know we've seen some public back and forth, but have you two talked about
that's
this?
when you had the fires in 2018 and he was president and he came out here. And back then Gavin Newsom said, oh yeah, we're going to upgrade our infrastructure and make sure we have fire hydrants and blah blah blah, new equipment, and we're going to hire additional personnel and blah blah blah. That was in 2018.
As it relates to the Woolsey fire and
then last year the fucking mayor of LA lays off 1,000 firemen, cuts their budget by $14 million, closes 12 fire stations because they don't need them.
Not a closed fist. We're also not naive, and I think we have all the evidence in the world that bears fruit to the notion that we're...
Oh, dude, he's going to ream him a new fucking asshole now. Oh, you know Trump is going to be talking shit about this now. Well, I was out there. I told him what was going to fucking happen. He didn't fucking listen. Oh, my God. Oh, that's going to be the kiss of death. You realize this guy thinks he's running for president in 2028. That's what he's already said he's going to be president.
Parks and playgrounds and schools.
Oh, my God.
That'll be an announcement we hope we can make in a matter of hours. I'm not interested in the theater of political consternation.
Oh, I'm not interested in the theater of political consternation. Yeah, look at him poo-pooing it. Oh, I don't care. Dude, you are on the way out, bro. They're going to do a recall. They're going to kick you out of office, and you're never going to be a fucking anything but a mayor of some poop-butt little fucking town someplace.
Right, without asking for anything in return, without leverage anything, with decency and respect to the people here in this community.
Oh, that's right, because we all know that people of LA are treated with decency and respect by the politicians. Oh, yeah, they just look at that. 12,300 structures destroyed so far. 11 deaths. 4 major fires still burning 6 days later.
So let's do everything in our power to avoid that. I mean, it's the idea that you had to ask that question, and I'm giving you a straight answer, and the answer is we should be concerned. It's obvious to anyone.
Oh, we should be concerned. It's obvious to anyone. So how come this guy didn't ask him, well, when Trump was here in 2018, how come you didn't get off your ass and do what Trump told you to do then?
And that's fair game. And that's
all he's doing. He said you don't care about the political concernedness and all that. This is exactly what he's doing.
These heroes,
he's fucking doing a political statement, trying to backtrack, saying, "Oh God, I'm so concerned," and you know,
emergency maintenance, evacuation.
This is a brand new thing. This has never happened in California before. This is the future of 100-mile-an-hour winds. We've never faced these before. I used to walk to school, folks, in the 1950s, and we had wind like this. In the 1950s, I lived in Tahunga.
Over the course of the next 18 months, that's why I was with the FEMA
every
director
fall
today.
you get
That's
warm
what the
winds.
President of the United States and I are talking about.
So,
and
and
I'd
that's
like to have a conversation with the next
1959,
President of the United States
1960,
in a couple weeks and
1961.
not have this back
But
and
according to
forth.
him, this is a
That's really
brand new
childish from my
phenomenon.
perspective.
Wow, we've never had these winds before.
Well, we care deeply about them. We have their back, and we're going to continue to come back until this is completely.
Oh, we have your back.
And I know it's rote and cliched, and even saying it's rote and cliched. But we will build back better and stronger. And I'll give you testament to that. I mean, up in Paradise right now, you have insurers coming back into the market. The kids are back in school. It hasn't been completely rebuilt, but you won't even recognize the progress that's been made. The houses are stronger. They're more resilient. There were lessons learned. They've been rebuilt.
They barely built that. How long ago was the Paradise Fire, bro? That was 2 years ago, right? Wasn't that 2023?
About even paying their income
Or
taxes.
2022 when the Paradise Fire?
Tax loss to the
They
school district.
barely
All those
fucking
things we're
built
working
any
on right
houses
now
there.
with
They
the
said they're not
legislature,
getting money.
through executive
Insurance
orders.
company, a lot of people
We know how
couldn't
to do
rebuild
this,
because
and
insurance
so it's about
company
accountability,
wouldn't
transparency.
give them the
That's what
money
the
for
letter
their
is as it relates
houses.
to DWP, what happened with the local water, and the pumps. Just set it straight. Just let us know what happened. Is it just overwhelming the system? A lot of people think it's just that. Was it the pumps? Was it the pipes? Was it some other, there's something else that happened? And let's get to the bottom of that.
Let's get to the bottom. Was it the pumps? Was it the pipes? Was it something else? I don't know. I'm governor of the state, but I don't know why your fire system wasn't working.
And this.
Listen to this motherfucker. Don, I don't know why. I'm fucking clueless why you guys didn't have water.
Governor Newsom, thank you so much for the
Oh,
time.
so you're
Thanks
not
for being
governor and you're not, it's not your
And that was
responsibility.
Alex Michael
And Trump
Smith
didn't
with
come
our
out here in
Fox 11 LA team
2018 and
speaking
say you better get your shit
one-on-one
together
with
and you
Governor
better start
Gavin
clearing
Newsom.
brush
It's
off
like
around
we'll
these
speak with
houses
him
and
again
shit.
a bit
And you
later
better make
on.
sure you
So
got your fire
we'll make sure to
system
bring you
in.
that and all
Oh
of
no,
Fox
what we're
11
gonna do
LA's
is
coverage
we're gonna
as they
empty the
do get
Pacific
underway later on this
Pacific
morning.
Palisades
As I mentioned a bit earlier,
reservoir
we do
of
know that
131
new
million
evacuation
gallons
orders
of
were issued
water,
overnight,
and then we're gonna leave
and
it
the
empty
curfew
all
that is
summer
in
long
place
and not do the
for
repairs
many
and fill
of
it
the
back
areas
up
around
for
LA
fire
is
season.
lifted at
So this
6
way,
a.m.
when you guys
Pacific
do have a
time,
fire,
that is 9 a.m.
you won't
Eastern,
have
so
any
just
fucking
about an
water.
hour and a half from now, but folks, not
This is why they
allowed
ran
to
out
be
of
out on
water,
the street.
because that
We
water
heard from several
reservoir
officials
feeds
yesterday
all
who
the
said that if
fucking
they
fire
do see
hydrant
people out
systems
there,
and
not
all of
gonna
the
issue
and with
citations, but rather, take them
131
into
million
custody
gallons
and
gone,
detain them.
totally bone
Got to
dry,
take a quick break
empty.
here at 7:30 on the East
They had
Coast and
to rely on
4:30
those
on
3
the West
fucking
Coast.
tanks,
A lot more
and now they're
coverage to
saying
get
that
to
those
in
were
a
only
matter of
halfway full.
minutes. You're watching live now
Because
from
they weren't
Fox.
filling
We'll be
them
right
up
back.
over the summer like they were supposed to. Because the work order never came out for somebody to go there and turn a valve and fill them back up with water. Because a lady from Venezuela that's running the LA Department of Water and Powers is clueless as to how to do her fucking job. For $750,000 a fucking year she's getting. And she can't even speak English. You couldn't even understand half the shit she was saying at the news conference. I'm like, wow, this is who you have running your water department. Some Venezuelan lady with no college degree, no university degree in water treatment, water management, anything at all, but you put her in charge of your fucking water system. Yeah, but her husband's a big political contributor. He gave Karen Bass like $3 million to get her elected, so with the promise that his wife would get a fucking job somewhere in LA. Good morning, Thomas. How's the weather over there this morning for you, bro? Cold? I'm sure it's cold over there, Thomas, again this morning. You said it was minus 4C yesterday, so I don't think it would warm up that much in one day. I mean, I just find it hard to believe 6 days after these fires started, and they only have one 8% contained, one 3% contained, Yeah, that's where Illegal lives. OC. He lives, yesterday was minus 4C there, which is like 23 degrees for us. But no snow. See, there was frost on the cars and the ground, and then one bush had a little bit of snow on it, and that was it.
Welcome back here on Live Now from 5.
It was minus 5, so colder this morning. It was minus 4, so it's getting colder. You guys might get some snow if you get some rain, Thomas. You get snow. You got to have the rain.
Stories, live events, and breaking news from across the country and across the world. Of course, this morning we are here to bring you the latest on the fires across the LA area. We know that at least 11 people have died, and thousands of structures have been burned as wildfires do.
Oh, I bet you're going to find a lot more dead people in the Palisades, man. There's no doubt they're going to find dead people there, man. They couldn't get out of their houses.
Of the Palisades
There's so many elderly people living in the Palisades, man.
A new round of mandatory evacuations in the areas of Brentwood
Fucking
and
James
Encino,
Wood.
California,
Remember we were watching
shutting
him,
down some of the major roads
and
there. That includes
his
portions of the
91-year-old
405
neighbor, they
freeway
thought he
near
had already been
Bel Air and
evacuated,
Westwood. If you are
and he
familiar
wasn't.
with
He
that
was in
area,
this
you
little
probably
fucking
heard a lot
little
about
room off the
405
fucking kitchen.
freeway. 5 deaths.
So they got him and took him out, and within an hour, the house burned down.
Which broke out Tuesday,
so he would have
and
been
has
dead.
burned through more than 21,000 acres in and around the Pacific Palisades. You can see
because the fucking housekeeper they hired
and the latest information
bailed out of the house.
Palisades,
The fire department showed up, and he took off and left the old guy in the fucking room by himself with the front door wide open.
Is about 8% contained.
That's what happens when you hire those fucking undocumented workers for fucking take care of your fucking parents, folks. That's what you're gonna get.
Acres, and it is as of right
Instead
now.
of taking your parent and taking them out and putting them in the car with her when she left, she just drove off and left the fucking old guy in the house with the front door wide open so the looters could come in there and rob the fucking place too.
A lot of information that is coming in, so we're here to bring it to you. There are 4 major fires that are burning. That is the Palisades, Eaton, Kenneth, and the Hearst fire. As I mentioned, the death toll rising to 11. 36,000 acres have burned so far, and more than 12,000 structures have been destroyed. Again, those new evacuation orders issued overnight. We're going to keep you updated on all of that right here on
And the
Live
Tic
Now
Tac
from Fox,
ban
as
takes
it
place on
does
January
happen.
19th.
We'll get back to
But
our
now
fire
Trump is
coverage
talking
in
about
just a bit, but I
overturning
also want to
it
check in on another
because
big
apparently that
weather-related
was one of the
story. We're talking
reasons
about
he did so
snowfall
well
over in the
because of the
Atlanta
TikTok
area and
videos.
a lot of it. This is a live look at the camera that does overlook the city of Atlanta. You can see snow just about everywhere.
Yeah,
Again,
see, there's
we're
Atlanta,
checking with our
Georgia,
Fox
man.
5 Atlanta
Snow.
team for a look at their
It's fucking snowing in Atlanta, Georgia, folks. If you don't think global warming's here,
storm has already caused
look at snow in Atlanta, Georgia.
damage as far as power
when they don't
outages
get
are concerned, and those are expected to grow, unfortunately, today.
Yeah, the latest numbers show more than 100,000 outages across the state. Good Day's Lindsay Tooman is live in DeKalb County, where hundreds of families are waking up in
Look
the
at
dark.
this,
Lindsay.
man. This is like, this is not normal for Georgia, folks. They don't wake up to fucking snow.
Unfortunately impacted by these power outages. Where I'm standing, you can see exactly why this large tree not only blocking the roadway, but on top of these power lines as well. And as I mentioned in our last half hour, we did also hear a transformer blow this morning, or what we
It would have to
believe be a
happen when you have the
transformer.
largest fucking
So
hub in the
certainly
United
seeing
States,
a
right?
lot of
Where
these
everybody
power
flies in
issues.
and out of
And I just want to point
international
out,
flights,
it's starting
domestic
to get a
flights.
little bit more daylight out here, which is good because these are causing major hazards. It's dark out here. The lights along the roads are down. The traffic lights are down, and those are also
I was surprised. I
impacted
woke
by
up
those
this
power
morning, man.
outages. There
It's
has
24
been some
degrees.
improvement throughout
I'm
the
like, hell, it's
morning.
warmer where I
First
live
went
than
on
it
the
is in
air
fucking
here at
Atlanta,
5
Georgia.
o'clock. We were looking at closer to
No, it's
80,000
18
plus
here.
power outages in the metro area just from
So
Georgia
it's only
Power.
6-degree
Those are
difference
trending
between
towards
all the way up
70,
in northern Maine next to the
75,000 now.
Canadian
So
fucking
there
border,
has been some
and then
improvement,
all the
but
way
these
down into the
power
Gulf of
crews have a lot to
Mexico
contend
and Atlanta,
with.
Georgia.
They were
That's
prepared for
crazy,
these
man.
conditions, staffing extra crews throughout the metro area, but they certainly are make it more hazardous for them to fix the problems as well.
Oh, that's funny, bro.
When that ice, that freezing rain comes down and coats the lines, the trees and the tree limbs come down. So that is what we're seeing and reacting to at this point.
Yeah, and as Alex was mentioning, when we get closer to those freezing
Were
temperatures,
you around yesterday,
everything
OC?
that's wet could, of
When I
course,
took
freeze,
off
causing more
during
of
the
those
stream, I
power
said somebody's
outages.
going
So
to show up
certainly
and want
something
to
we'll
look
be
at
staying
crap
on
in my
top of
store.
throughout the day. But for now, that's the latest here in DeKalb County.
I don't remember
I'm
if you
Lindsay
were
Tuman
around.
for Good Day Atlanta.
Yeah, still
That was
dangerous
like-
out there, Lindsay. Thank you. And here's
Would have been
another
about 9
example of why
a.m. your
traffic
time.
is slow on
It
the
was about
highways.
noon.
Video shows a
My
car
time's about
flipping
9
on its
a.m.
side.
So I don't know if
This
you were up
happened
or not.
yesterday on I-985. The good news, we're told no one was hurt.
Especially before the sun comes up. Stay inside and take a look at this video out of Sandy Springs. One of our traffic cameras catching a car spinning out on 285.
Whoa!
A great example
Nice
of
save.
what can happen, unfortunately, to you if you head out and about.
Our storm alert live coverage continues with Good Day's Mark Tiger.
It's the
who's
guy
out
that-
watching the roads this morning.
He's tracking conditions from our Fox 5 storm chaser. Hey, Mark.
Hey guys, you know, we've been alternating between side streets and highways. We're back on a side street here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. A pretty treacherous situation here. We're in North Decatur, and if you look up here, just off to the left, this road is 100% basically snow covered. I mean, it's a little side street, but there's someone who lives on this street, and those folks are going to have a tough time getting out, especially as this potentially turns to ice. And coming up this hill in front of us, again, there are a lot of snow on this. The good news is it's still 34 degrees, so this hasn't yet turned to ice, but if the temperature does drop, and we were expecting it to get down to maybe 29 or 30 in the next hour or so, if that still ends up happening, this could become a very difficult situation. Hopefully, obviously, that will not happen, as we said, still remaining 34 degrees, but this gives you an idea of what it's like on these side streets. We've also seen a number of situations where there have been trees or at least branches that are down, blocking some of the roads. And you heard Lindsay talk about, obviously, all of those power outages. Well, those power outages are causing traffic lights to go out. And if that happens, you need to, again, treat those as a four-way stop. Reporting live from North Decatur in the Fox 5 Storm Chaser, I'm Mark Teichner. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Mark, thank you. And as Mark mentioned, the roads are so bad, MARTA has suspended its bus service. The transit agency says service will remain suspended until road conditions improve. The rail service will continue to operate on a weekend schedule. The streetcar will remain suspended as well.
In Gwinnett County, Ride Gwinnett will not be in service today. That suspension applies to local microtransit and paratransit service. We're told regular service will pick back up on Monday.
And Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens is sharing his thoughts on the Metro's rare snow day.
In a video posted on the city's X page, Mayor Dickens says he's excited to see the snow and glad to see it go.
At 5-something this morning, I was up looking out the window and saw some snowflakes coming down, and I was anticipating it all week. I like it. I like the snow. It's a change of pace, but a couple of days of it and get it out of here.
And the city of Atlanta has several warming centers open for anyone who needs them, especially important with a lot of people experiencing power outages this morning. Available facilities include the Central Park Rec Center, Selena Butler Park, and the old Adamsville Rec Center as well. They are open 24 hours until tomorrow at noon.
Hall County also has warming centers open. They are the East Hall Community Center, Mulberry Creek Community Center, and North Hall Community Center. Action Church in Canton is also open as a warming center.
And we're going to need those because the temperatures, still Arctic out there, Alex.
That's right. We're flirting with the freezing mark across Metro Atlanta and North Georgia, and this is at the surface, mind you. So that 33 in Atlanta, that could be at the bottom of a tree. At the top of the tree, it could be 32, 31, and we do have ice, as we have seen, on power lines and on trees, and that, combined with the increasing winds across North Georgia, creating a bit of a problem. 28 in Blue.
All right, that is our Fox 5 Atlanta team. We're going to be checking in with them all throughout the morning as they battle this intense winter storm. We know that some of the folks in those areas, thousands upon thousands, are dealing with power outages. Again, we'll keep you updated right here on Live Now from Fox all throughout the morning. We are going to head to a quick break now. It's 7:41 on the East Coast and 4:41 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow. We'll be right back with more coverage on the fires that are burning across the LA area. Good morning, everyone, and welcome in here on Live Now from Fox, 744 on the East Coast and 444 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your
he
top
just called
stories
just
and
now,
live
OC?
events from across the country and across the world. Obviously, still dark out
You
over in
remember,
the LA
I told
area,
you
but
that I'm
this
Amish,
is one of the
right?
cameras
My grandfather
we
was
have in
Amish.
that location as we watch
I don't know
these
if you,
fires
I
that are
remember
burning
this, but
out
so I
of
was raised
control.
pretty much Mennonite.
You can see the fire
right?
burning
So
in
even though we
the
lived in
distance.
LA
Again,
and we had
just one of the
TV and car and
cameras
all
there.
that, you know,
Our
we're
Fox
very
11 LA
religious,
team will be
very
live coverage of it
self-sufficient.
later
And
on
my
this
dad,
morning, so we'll
we
take
did
you over
everything
there
from all the
for a look
construction,
at the
electrical,
latest.
plumbing,
As far
fixing
as
the
the
cars,
latest here, I do
you
want
know,
to pop
pouring
up just
cement,
some of
building
these,
cinder block
graphics here
walls,
so you can
you
get
know,
a better
patios,
look
we
at
did
just
everything.
some of the latest
That's
information.
why I'm so
Right now,
skilled,
there
right?
are 4 major fires that are
So,
burning. We're talking the
yeah, this guy
Palisades
called
fire,
the other
Eaton
day,
fire,
right,
Kenneth
and
fire,
wanted
and
to come
Hearst
out.
fire.
And I said,
At
when? He
last
said,
check,
probably
the death
Thursday,
toll
right?
has gone up to
I said, okay.
11.
He said, about 2
However,
o'clock.
officials
So
there
yesterday I
in
was
the LA
streaming,
area
and he called
have
up and said they're
warned
on their
that it's
way
likely
down.
that number,
And it was, I said,
unfortunately,
oh, I said,
could
I can be here
continue
too. He
to
goes, well,
rise.
my rides give me a ride down
36,000
now.
acres have burned
And I thought it was a
between all of
ride
these
service. I
fires.
said,
That's
well, is it
according
like
to
a,
Cal
you know,
Fire. And as
transportation
of right
service?
now,
Are
more
they going
than
to wait for you?
12,000
He goes, oh, no, it's
structures
somebody
have
bringing
been
me. I go,
destroyed.
okay.
Again, all of this information
So
coming
they
in
got here.
from
I let
Cal
the stream
Fire and
going.
other
I just put
officials
it
that have been
on.
holding
I'll be right
those
back.
news conferences.
Right? And went
As
down
far
there.
as the latest
It
numbers
was the
here,
Amish,
the Palisades fire
young
has burned,
Amish
as I
man,
mentioned, almost
like in his 30s.
22,000 acres and continuing to rise.
You know, and he's
That
married. You
fire,
can tell
Cal
when
Fire says,
Amish
is
men are
8%
married, they have a
contained,
beard.
and the Eaton
When Amish
fire
men are not
has
married,
burned about
they're clean shaven.
14,000
That's
acres,
the
only
difference. That's how you can
3%
tell. When you see an
contained
Amish guy
at
with a
last
beard,
check.
that means he's
The
married.
Kenneth fire over 1,000 acres.
So they're not
burned,
allowed to
and
grow
it is
beards
50%
until they get
contained.
married.
Cal
If you see
Fire
the
is
smooth,
expected to join us
clean-shaven
coming up in
Amish
just
man,
about 2
that means he's not
hours to
married.
provide the latest details.
That's how
As
you can
far as
tell.
any kind of news
So
conference from
he
officials
got out,
there,
you
we
know,
have not
totally
received
Amish,
word on
right?
that
Straw
just
hat,
yet.
everything.
It is
Comes up, I
likely
open up the
there will be
store.
one today,
He
and
comes
when we
in,
find
starts.
out, we'll
I don't know
let
if you've
you
ever
know.
seen
We
pictures
will
of my
also
store
carry it
on
live, raw,
Facebook.
and
The
unfiltered,
Brucey County
as
pictures.
always, right here on
It's
Live Now
really
from
nice, and a
Fox.
lot of nice,
In the
like
meantime,
about
do want to take you
30K
back
worth of
out to our
items in
Fox
there,
11 LA team
$30,000
overnight. I
worth.
mentioned that new
So he comes in, we start
evacuation
walking
orders have been
around.
put in place
He's
for
like,
areas
well, let
around
me ask
Brentwood
you,
and Encino.
like,
There was an
what
LA
type of price were
councilwoman
you
who
looking
spoke
at
with Fox
if I
11
wanted to buy the
LA as
whole
all that
place,
information
buy
was
everything?
coming out.
So there is active fire in the Mandeville Canyon
So,
area. We have had assets and resources
I
in this
gave him a
area all
price,
day, but there
and,
is established
You know,
fire.
he came up with a
And
price,
so now there are
and we walked around, and
mandatory
he had his hand stuck in his
evacuation
pocket.
orders
And being a
going
sales
into
guy,
effect for
you're not going to sell
everything
anything to anybody who
south
holds
of
their hands in their
Mulholland,
pockets
north
or a
of
woman who's clutching her
Sunset,
purse.
from the
You got to get the guy to get his
405
hands out of his
west
pockets, or you're not
all
going
the
to sell
way
him a
to the
fucking
ocean.
thing. Ever,
So
bro.
mandatory
Ever. I've been a
evacuations
salesman
in
for
that
so.
area. People
So I had to
need
get
to
him
get
relaxed
their
and get him to
things,
get his
their
hands out of his
documents, their
pockets.
pets, their
So he
essential
was,
items.
got
and
one
begin
hand
the
out,
process
and
of
we were
getting
walking
out.
around, and then I
We
got him
also
comfortable to
now
point. He had
have
both hands out,
evacuation
and then we started
warnings
talking some
going
prices, and he
east of
came
the
up with a
405
cash
freeway
amount,
all the
and
way
we shook on
towards
it.
Stone Canyon.
So I sold my whole
Folks
fucking
can
store.
go to fire.ca.gov
The whole thing.
for the specific boundaries of the mandatory
So he's going to come down today with a trailer
and
and bring me the
warning
cash.
zones. I have been out on the ground with my
So better than a
constituents in the
customer.
community,
I told illegal this
working to
yesterday, and
get
she didn't
DOT
believe me. She
traffic
thought I was
control
bullshitting her.
resources and law
I
enforcement
said,
presence to
she
the
goes, oh, did that
Brentwood
customer buy
area
anything?
so that
I said,
we
yeah,
can
they bought the whole
manage this
store.
evacuation
And she
in a
started laughing. She
controlled
goes, yeah,
and
right, that's a
orderly
funny
manner.
joke.
I have
I'm like,
also
I'm dead
actively been on
serious.
the ground
She goes, no, you're not.
coordinating with our our
I go,
resources at the fire
trust me,
department
Chief
to
Eagle,
make
I
sure
am
that we
dead
have
serious.
adequate
This guy
staffing,
just bought my
and
whole
the tools that we're
fucking
gonna
antique
need
store.
to protect
Everything.
lives and homes in the Brentwood
I'm only
area.
gonna keep
But
a couple
this is an
things. I have
active
some
fire.
antique fishing
We don't
poles,
want to
and then that
panic
death
folks,
barrel
but it
that the
is
mortician here
important
used to
that they
put
gather
your
their
clothes
things
in when you
and
died
comply
at the back in
with all
late
orders
1800s,
that are
early
being
1900s,
given
and
by
you wrote your name and the
fire
prices.
and police
So I'm going
authorities.
to give
This
that
is
to the
not a drill.
Agricultural
This is a
Museum.
dynamic
And then two
situation.
fishing poles I'm
our
going to keep.
reporters are on the ground. They're getting stationed in
And just a
the
couple
most
other small
impacted
items.
neighborhoods.
A
Have you
license
heard,
plate, a dealer,
Councilwoman,
main
reports
dealer's
of
license
active
plate from
structures
1917.
on fire?
From a
No,
dealership
not yet
there.
at this time, just vegetation.
Yeah, and so, but I told him, I said, trust me, I'm not going to go take a bunch of shit. You're going to come in here and the place is going to be cleaned out.
Everything to protect life and property.
So he just
we
called.
are
He said he's
doing
going to be
these
down after
evacuations
12.
now. We're putting
with
our
the trailer
resources in place,
to
and
bring you
I
cash.
know that the men and women at the fire department are doing everything in their power with the resources they have to keep our
I'm so
community
fucking excited,
safe.
man.
What about
Because that was one of the reasons my realtor told me she might have trouble selling the property.
Yes,
Because she sells a lot of
everything
to
west
people out of
of the
state.
405
And she goes,
is under
even though it's
evacuation.
antiques, she goes, some people look at this as junk, right? They don't want all this stuff, and then they got to figure out how they're going to get rid of all this stuff, right?
This is absolutely
I mean, I'm talking about a tool room
what
with
is
hand
happening on the
tools,
west side of
right?
Los Angeles.
Over
We are
600 fucking
actively
hand
managing
tools,
this fire.
like
We are
chisels
working
and
not only
planes
with
and
our own fire
augers and all the
department,
shit the
but the
Amish
county
need. Like I said, he'll be selling this shit to Amish people. He'll make back twice the amount of money that I sold it to him for. I tell him on the phone right now. I said, we both know that it's worth quite a bit more. I said, but, you know, I'm happy because how long would it have taken me to sell everything off piece by piece by piece and at yard sales and all that crap, right? Where he's just going to come and load up the whole thing over the next 2 or 3 months. I told him, you know, if it takes till, you know, March or April, whatever, because, you know, it might start snowing or whatever.
And our efforts to fight and contain not just
But now,
this fire,
that whole area
but
will be
other
cleaned
fires
out.
in the
I can call up
region
my
is gonna
realtor,
continue to
let her
take
come
time.
out, because I'm going to have her
folks
list
need
it
to continue to
now
follow along
before
with all of
springtime
the
comes,
official
because I might get a sale
for the
even
most
before
current
spring, because that'll all be
information
cleaned out
about
down there.
evacuation orders, and it is essential that they comply with the directions
That,
that
like
they're
I said,
being
that's
given
a big
so that
hurdle,
we can save
because
lives and protect
even if I had
property.
sold the property and they didn't want it, then I'd have to move all that shit on my own, right? I'd have to box up fucking room after room with thousands of antiques and get a trailer or a truck, and then I got to go put them in my fucking house in Holton, and I don't have no room. Because my barn in Holton is full of antiques. My house is full of antiques. This stuff here is just, I bought the store the way it was. And I just made more than what I originally paid for all the antiques when I bought it in 2010.
We want to make sure that we are giving people the space and the time
Because I've made back over $100,000 selling antiques since 2010, over the last 15 years.
Orders are in place and they are there for a
And now I
reason,
made back
and
the
that
same
means
amount of money
pack your
that I paid for the
essential
antiques.
documents, your critical
I paid
items,
$75K
your
for the
pets,
property,
and
and
whatever
then I
loved
gave them
ones
money
you
for
wanna
the
take with
antiques.
you and get moving.
So I just made back
Any other final
the same
thoughts you wanna
amount,
share with
basically, that I paid for the
your,
antiques in
constituents and our viewers
2010
tonight?
after making $100,000 fucking dollars.
To know that we are bringing
like
every
fucking
resource
insane,
of
bro.
our local, our county, our state, and our federal government to attack these fires.
So-
We are all working around the clock,
Yes,
and
I'm
our
totally
primary
jazzed, man.
mission is to save lives.
All right, that was our Fox 11 LA team as they did speak one-on-one with an LA City Council.
I get my oil
providing
furnace
that
hooked up,
information
and I'll do
once
the
again,
siding on the
as
one
we
end of the
did
barn,
see the
and then put
evacuation
those
orders expanded for
paneling
areas
up
around
on that
Brentwood,
fucking
as
sun
well as
porch.
over in Encino. These fires burning out of control.
And then what I could
Again,
do
want
is,
to pop this up for you right
get
here
my
so you get a
insurance
better look
renewed,
at some of the numbers.
because
The
I canceled my
Palisades
insurance
fire,
because I had
more
these
than
deficiencies,
21,000
and I didn't want them
acres have
to
been
fucking
burned,
come
and that
out and
fire
ruin the property
8%
and cancel my
contained.
policy, because then you
14,000
can't get
acres have
insurance
been
for
burned
5
by
years
the
if you
Eaton
get canceled.
fire.
It's
It
hard
is
to get
3%
insurance.
contained.
So I canceled
As
it
for the
years
Kenneth
ago.
fire, more than
That's why I was
1,000
trying to
acres,
scramble
and that
before
one
the snow
about
came
50% contained.
to finish up that last
Sadly,
little
we did
bit.
also learn the death
You
toll
know,
has
so
gone up to
now I just have to
11,
hire somebody and they
officials
can come
there
out
warning
here
it
and
could
fucking
go
get
up
up there in the
even
fucking
higher
cold and
as the
put those
days
fucking
progress.
put the
To head
siding
to our
up and
final
put the sheet
2-minute
metal and all
commercial
that
break of
crap
the
up. I'll
hour
just
here
pay
at
somebody else to sit out there,
7:53
freeze their
on the
asses
East
off
Coast
and get it
and
done.
4:53 on the West
Because
Coast.
once I get the
My
property
name is
insured
Josh
again,
Breslow,
then I
and
can
you're
go borrow
watching
money
live now
against it
from
to get my
Fox.
fucking dental implants, right? And then when I sell the property, I could either pay the loan off or just, you know, let them take it out of my Social Security for the next fucking, I'm gonna get a 10-year loan. I might just do it that way and then keep all the cash from selling the property off and then go buy my lake house. So you see, my plan is moving forward slowly but surely, bro. I've never changed my, you know, what I wanted to do and how I was going to do it. I just said it's going to take time, man. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's been a year and a half since I moved out here, so, you know, I got this place fixed up, almost ready to sell, just sold off everything out of the store, so we're moving forward, man. Yes, I'm so fucking excited, man. I had a hard time sleeping last night. everything worked out fine. Remember a couple months back when I was freaking out when I found out I owed $12,700 in back taxes and I was going to lose my house on December 13th? And I ended up being able to come up with the money to fucking pay that taxes off so I didn't lose my property because of the fucking ex not paying the taxes. So we managed to get over that hurdle. Oh, and then I get a thing from the workers' comp in California because I'm trying to settle my case with them, and they owe me mileage for going to the doctor, and I ain't got my check. He sent me this email saying,
Welcome back.
"Oh, the check came back. Can you check your address?" Oh my God! My address is 117 Main Street, M-A-I-N Street, right? These dumb fucks got Marin Street, M-A-R-I-N Street, 117 Marin Street.
Across the LA area.
I was like, how in the fuck did they get my fucking address wrong? And then I'm looking at all these court paperwork because I had to file in court last year and take them to court to get my medical going again because they were being dickheads and not letting me go to the doctor. I got all those documents here, so I scanned them all and sent them to her and said, why is it that the workers' comp court, right, and the Department of Industrial Relations, your boss, has my address?
We just received some good news.
But you're my caseworker, and you're sending it to some other fucking address that's not even mine. I didn't say fucking, but I said, you're sending it to some Marin Street, which I've never given you that address. Ever.
Successful story, but meantime,
it's a fucking incompetence. There's more LA people in LA. See? More incompetence, man. Because the whole fucking workers' comp, they're all fucking DEI woke.
She's quite worried about him.
All of them, man.
I've had him hiking on Echo Mountain, and we quickly formed a bond. And
Bethany Baird is talking about Altadena resident Peter Blinn.
Went grocery shopping every week together, and I tried to get him to move with us, but he grew up in Altadena and didn't want to leave.
She now lives out of Boise, Idaho, and is going crazy trying to find the man who was like a surrogate grandfather to her 5 children.
His house burned to the ground. I have confirmation on that. He had a truck and he has left, but really shouldn't be driving. But I don't think he would leave Pasadena, La Cañada, Altadena area, would not get on a freeway.
She's got her former neighbors looking for the 82-year-old with declining mental capabilities.
I have a friend out right now with a backpack and a track phone with my phone number, my husband's phone number in it for him. If she finds him, she knows him also. But so I have people looking for him at the shelters.
Bethany wants to remain hopeful, but Blinn is a man who mostly is known as a loner, and he has no cell phone or computer.
I don't even know how he'll handle all of the finding housing without a computer, without a cell phone. I will drive down there the moment I make connection and help him.
If you have information about Peter Blinn, you can contact the Red Cross or the LA
That's
Sheriff's
so sad,
Department.
man. This guy's missing.
And if you are missing contact with a loved one or a friend, you might be able to get the information here at the Family
like I
Assistance
said,
Center.
man, I've had
They
some
will open on Saturday
calamities
at
and
11
some ups and downs and all
right
the
here at the
bullshit with the
Pasadena
fucking
Convention
ex
Center.
and
In
her getting
Pasadena, Susan
catfished by
Harris,
that guy and him fucking cleaning her out of her savings and making her sell all her shit and making her sell her car. And then she finds out the guy's not fucking even real.
Into live coverage
And I got to deal with all that shit, but I got her to sign up for Walmart Plus. She's got her groceries coming. And I think she got the Chewy.com for the cat food and shit.
On the East Coast and 4:58
So I'm
on the
gonna
West
go
Coast.
pay
My
for
name is
heating
Josh
oil
Breslow,
for
and
her
I'm here to bring you
and fill
all
up
of
her
your
oil
top
tank.
stories and live events.
Even though she
across
should
the
be able to
country
do this on her
and
own,
the
but
world.
I'm gonna
I do
help
want
her
to take you out to the
anyways.
latest here as we continue
Because
to
this
cover the
property is in
latest
both our
on
names.
those fires burning around the
Even though
LA
she said the
area.
antique
Take a
store
look
is
at
mine,
your screen.
100%.
This right here is the latest information coming in from Cal Fire.
But I used to give her
The
money. I mean,
Palisades
we got
fire
busted
right
by the
now burning more than
IRS
21,000
because I used to give her
acres.
cash,
Fire
and I told her
burning
don't
more
put it
than
in the bank. I said
14,000,
just go
and the
buy
Cannon Fire
groceries
burning
and pay
more
your
than
bills.
1,000. We
Right?
also have some of the
So what does she
information
do?
here
She puts it
as
in the
far
bank.
as the latest numbers.
So
There
in like
are 4 major fires that are
2014, we
burning.
get audited
That
for our
also
2012
includes
taxes.
the first fire.
And I'm
The
really
death
good.
toll,
I'm
as
going
we
to be an
mentioned,
accountant.
rising
So I'm
to
really good
11,
with paperwork and
officials warning
receipts.
that number
So I had
could
everything.
rise in the
So
coming
they went through
days.
everything, and they're
A
like,
total
well, we
of
have a problem.
36,000
They said, you
acres
have an
have burned
additional
at this point, and
$28,000 in
12,300
income
structures
that's
have been
unaccounted
destroyed
for.
as a
It's
result
not part of
the
your
fires. A
retirement,
lot to
your
discuss,
pension,
no
your
question
401k,
here, so I
right?
do want to bring in Dr. Jeffrey
Because
Lindsay,
this dummy
the
was
Fire
sticking
and
the fucking
Emergency
cash I
Services
gave her
Director
in her
and senior
fucking checking
lecturer at
account.
the University of Florida.
See, and I didn't
Also
realize
a
that. So when I gave them
retired
the
fire
bank
chief.
statements to them
Thank
and they
you so
added
much
everything
for
up.
taking the time to be here with
So
us this morning and help
I was going to
explain
contest
this
it
just
so I
a
could
little
get it
bit
knocked
further.
down. What did she do? She went ahead and write them a check for $6,000 fucking dollars and sent it off to them.
Of course.
I come
And,
home, she's like,
first off,
"Oh, I
do
sent him
wanna
a check
ask you,
for
because there's been a lot of
$6,000." I'm like,
discussion
"Why?"
about
I said,
how
"I could have
these
got it
fires
knocked
could
down
be
to
a
like
little bit
25 cents
different
on the
than what
fucking dollar."
California and other states are used to seeing. Explain to me how
You know,
this
you would
could
only had to pay like
potentially be
$1,500
a
fucking
bit
dollars
different.
because they have a first-time forgiveness program.
I think with this
Oh,
fire,
I didn't
one
know
of
you
the
were going to
things
do
that's
that. I'm
different
like,
is
well,
the-
that's because you
know,
have
they're
this lack
used
of
to
communication
the
with
Santa
me,
Ana winds
even though
out
we're
in
married.
California.
And of course, at that
But
point,
in
the
this
state of Maine got a hold of
situation,
us
the wind speed
because they
has
said,
been
"Oh,
so
you
great
owe us
that I
$1,600
like to
for
refer to it as
income
a
you didn't
hurricane
report."
with fire. Here in Florida, we deal with hurricanes
It was like,
with
"You
water.
fucking dummy!"
They're
I said, "I
dealing
told
with
you
a
not to put the
hurricane
money in the
fire,
fucking
which makes
bank."
a huge
And
difference.
she always claims,
Fire
"Oh, you don't
spreading
make
so
any money off that
rapidly
store."
that you cannot
I'm
get
like, "Dan,
ahead
how
of
did
the
you get
fire necessarily,
$28,000
and it
cash
makes
in
a huge
2012?
difference in trying to
Where all that
contain the
cash come
fire.
from?"
So I think the wind speed is the
I
number
said, "That's all the
one
cash I was
issue.
making at the store that I
You
was giving
have
you."
a
I said,
very
"You don't
densely
realize,
populated area, which
you know,
makes it even more
how much I was
difficult
making
because,
there, and I was handing it to
with,
you, and you were
houses
putting it in your
that
bank." I
close
said,
and the
had I
wind
realized
speed
that, I had to
is
pay the
flying,
bills and bought the groceries and
at
not
a
giving them
speed
to her.
they're
But
going,
look at those shots from
it
fucking
makes a setup
Palisades,
scene for
man. Just like literally
perfect
block
storm,
after
if
block
you
after
will,
block after
for this
block
particular
of burned
fire.
out houses, man.
And
All
how
those memories,
do
all those
firefighters
lives
even begin
turned
to go
upside
about
down. Look at
battling
that.
fires like
That
this?
is
Because
fucking
again,
insane,
we're
man.
talking a fire that is 8% contained, another that is 3% contained. So,
And then
so
scattered
how does
in
all
there,
this
you
work?
see
I also
houses that
wanna
aren't
point
even
out
burnt.
This is just some of the
You go to
aerial
the bottom of the
video
screen,
here
there's
of the
two
Palisades
houses that
fire
aren't even touched.
aftermath provided by Fox 11 LA.
But that's pretty fucking
Yeah,
terrible,
I think it's
man.
number one. It's very difficult if you don't have the resources available to combat such a monster, if you will. I think at this time, you know, in the beginning, all they could do was quote their best and being able to evacuate, get the individuals out of the area that's being affected. Evacuation's a number one priority when something's happening like that. And then secondly, to try to do the best in containing anything that's possibly that could be contained, which I think in this situation made it very difficult because of the magnitude and the force of winds that were accompanied with this particular fire. It makes it really hard for the fire service to be able to make any type of headway on this type of fire. So it's basically a life-saving maneuver at the beginning, and then as time goes on and the winds hopefully calm down, they'll be able to take action as resources come in. They'll be able to take the action needed to be able to contain the fire first, and then to be able to extinguish the fire. So hopefully that will happen. Unfortunately, I hear the wind speeds are still, could be even greater than what they were, or about the same. So that's going to make it more difficult.
He didn't make a comment after I told him
when
that
the
I
wind
sold the
speed
whole store.
dies down, the personnel are there to be able to make some efforts to be able to combat the fire. I think that's when you'll see
on the West Coast, man,
things
so it's
making
fucking late for
somewhat
him
of
to
a
be
change. I mean,
I'm surprised
a
he stayed
3%
up
and
this late.
8% is not much, but it's at least a little bit to be able to
it's
combat
like
such a huge
5 a.m. for him.
incident.
So I'm surprised he was.
When you talk
at 5
about
a.m.
the fire spreading, it does seem to, I guess the correct way to word it would be to jump over the roadways, and it kind of skips around. You have sometimes houses that aren't impacted, and then you look down the road, and there are other homes that are impacted. Can you explain that, really just how all of that works?
Well, I wish I could explain it. Be like a tornado, for example. You see in tornadoes that houses destroyed, then you have a house that stands. It's just by the freak of nature, so to speak. That
Exactly, it's all luck in nature, man. The same what you say with tornadoes. You'll go to a neighborhood, you'll see half the block on one side totally destroyed, and the other half of the block on the other side, the houses aren't touched.
Still is
Same thing with
building
fires,
was left
man.
Standing. It's a matter
It's random.
of
Sometimes the
purely,
wind will change. Maybe the
coincidental
house
for the most
had a little
part.
bit better
Some of it has to
protection,
do with
and
what the building construction
it's all
is.
luck, man.
Some of it
It's
has
all
to
luck
do
when it comes to
with
fires
maintaining
like this.
around
When
the
they
home.
move through
But in this
neighborhoods, it's
case,
all luck
with
if
the
your house
amount of
doesn't
embers
burn.
that are flying, it's very difficult to even see one house stand in this situation. So I think basically those situations, it's just at that point in time, those particular residents were spared because of luck. Wind spout may have reduced down in speed enough to allow the embers to not hit their particular homes. There could be a lot of things that factor into it, but what really happens is really by the grace of God that any building is spared.
Exactly,
and one
man.
thing I want to
It's
do
all
is
by the
pop
grace
up
of
some
God,
of this
man.
video that did come in from Storyful, which provides a video like this. And it actually leads into my next question, because what this shows is essentially a person with a blowtorch, according to officials, who was stopped by some of the neighbors, and this was around the Kenneth fire. Eventually, what you see in this video is they start to hold him down until police do arrive. It looks like one of the neighbors is kind of pointing out this guy. And again, it leads to my next question of, are these fires mostly man-made? Are they arson? Is it kind of a mix of both?
Why are those
What
two
is
guys
that
just sitting
situation?
on the
What can you
back of
tell
that
me about
pickup
that?
truck over there not doing anything? See
Well,
those
I
two
think it's
people on the
too early to
pickup truck?
really
They're
identify
just
it,
sitting
but
there. They're just
considering
ignoring
that,
the whole thing.
Any natural causes of the fire pretty much was not evident at the time. I mean, seeing things such as lightning, things of that nature, that's more natural. But when you have fires such as this and you see these types of scenarios that play out, yes, most of them are probably arson, probably are man-made. The difference between
This guy's
the two
gonna
is
go
the
up and grab
arson is
this
somebody's
dude, watch.
intentionally setting the
You
fire.
can tell from his body
whether it be
language, man, that
to,
he's gonna grab him.
burn
I can already
trash
see
in
that
the
by the way he was
backyard,
walking up.
whether to take and go out and actually incinerate the fires, the vegetation.
Oh, yeah, there they
such
go.
As
He
that,
got his
that's
ass.
all stuff that has to be considered. As far as a man-made fire, I mean, driving down, there's been instances where vehicles may ignite because of the catalytic converters, etc. They may have ignited, but in most cases that doesn't happen. Unfortunately,
Bam!
in many cases,
I knew that
it
was
has
coming.
to do with the human component, which is arson.
And of course, we are working to figure out if this person has officially been charged or anything of that nature. I'm
They put
leaving this
zip
video
ties
up
on
so
him.
folks can get a look, because it is
guess the guy had
a
some
rather
zip ties in
lengthy
his
video
garage.
coming in from Chris Sumner. This is again via Storyful, but you can see the neighbors kind of take him to the ground and hold on to him. Later on, you'll see police arrive and they take him away. So again, he was detained. It's not clear if he was arrested, charged, all of that is still left to figure out. But that is a guy who officials say was carrying a blowtorch, kind of held down by those neighbors right near the Kenneth fire. I do want to ask, do other states who don't necessarily experience wildfires like this have the resources to send over to places like California? Because we know Florida, for instance, deals with wildfires.
Well, this is what I don't
but other
understand.
states that maybe
They
don't,
could have called Oregon,
are they able to
Washington,
provide those
Nevada,
resources
Arizona,
to actually
have them send
help
fire trucks.
battle a fire like this?
There's fixed-wing aircraft all over
I
the
think
western United
each,
States.
Agency
So
has resources
why they only
available.
have two,
I
and they're
mean,
not
one
calling all
thing
these
that
other
can
states,
take
hey, let's
place
borrow
is
your
they have
fixed-wing
enough
aircraft because it's
resources
winter
to
time,
come
so
in
you don't have
to
any fires
what
because
we
it's
call
winter.
as backfill stations.
And for
in the
some fucking
California
crazy
region,
reason,
to be able to
they
send
didn't do
those
that.
units that have that experience
They didn't
dealing
do
with the
anything they were
wildland
supposed
fires
to
in
do right, man.
California.
This is why we're
out
day
to the
6
scene
and everything's out of
the
control still.
wildland fires.
Yeah,
So
you know,
I think everyone in the United States has the ability of some level to be able to assist. I think that Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Colorado, Wyoming, those states out west all have the resources available and are accustomed to such incidents, so they can send in their crews and equipment to California to assist. And I think a lot of that has already taken place.
Is there really a way to prevent wildfires from spreading or from starting in the first place? Is that something that's even really possible?
Yes, number one is we can take and as we saw in the previous video with the gentleman with the blowtorch, I mean, that's the number one issue. Secondly, in most cases, you can take and prepare your homes, keeping the brush away from your homes, making sure that around the house is cleaned up, things of that nature. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's almost impossible to do anything to prevent your house from being a victim to the fires because of the way this particular fire acts. With the ashes being spread and the wind forces, I mean, everyone becomes a victim. In most cases, though, when we're dealing with the typical wildland fires, yes, there is a program available to the National U.S. Fire Administration that can be utilized to help prepare your home to be able to withstand such events. So, and like I said, most of it has to do with your vegetation around your home, keeping your home around your home clean, et cetera, to be able to take and provide the best instance. But unfortunately, in this situation, when you have such a perfect storm, it's very difficult, even if you've done everything right, to sustain such a catastrophe.
All right, Dr. Jeffrey Lindsay, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here and help break this down a little bit further. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, I think the biggest thing that people have to understand is fortunately, this is not an everyday occurrence, so to speak. And unfortunately, there's been some different factors that have played into this that I think will come to light as time goes on. And there'll be a lot of decisions that have to be made as far as the future of how to deal with such events. One of the things in the fire service is we do learn from the events and try to make it better for the next event. But unfortunately, we have events such as this that may have been a precedence that we've never experienced before, and we have to take and learn from that.
All right, Dr. Lindsay, thank you again for taking the time to join us here. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I do want to take you out to just one of the live images that we do have at this hour. This is actually from a distance, and it's over in Mount Wilson, California. What you can see is the fire burning there in the distance. Again, it's fairly far away, but you're also going to notice that the camera is shaking quite a bit, leading to concerns again about the wind spreading these fires even more. So the wind kind of visible there as far as the shaking of the camera, but in the distance, that is just some of the fire that is burning among these multiple fires, 4 major ones in the LA area. We are going to head to our first 2-minute commercial break of the hour here at 8:12 on the East Coast and 5:12 on the West Coast. On the other side, we do have an overnight update that came in from CAL FIRE. They're going to join us live a bit later on this morning with a live update, but this is the one that came in overnight. That's coming up after this quick commercial break.
That's the game, man. Getting enough of this news and politics and all that. It's getting depressing. I'm tired of getting depressed. Put it into this stuff. Let's see what the pre-game is this week. Turmoil. Some chunky one. Man, this game loads up fast. Alright, here we go. Trying to remember what we're going to do. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, that's right. We're going to go rescue him. I remember this. Yeah, because that's Murder on Arrows. That's Murder on Arrows. That's Murder on Arrows. That's Murder on Arrows. And then this is a New Gorgon one. Cool. Excuse me. My first morning smoke. Oh, I'm just so blessed, man, that they bought all that stuff. Now there's people on Facebook Marketplace are going to be pissed because then people wanted to buy. I have a U.S. Army cannon heater from the Civil War that's never been fired up. I have this Crawford Fortress stove. You know, those stoves are worth a couple thousand. I mean, I have a lot of money in merchandise. The problem is in northern Maine, it's hard to get money for this stuff. See, a lot of this shit he's going to sell to the Amish. And they ain't going to want to pay him shit. So. But he has somebody who lists on Facebook Marketplace for him. And then I told him if he wanted to sell on eBay, I would list shit on eBay for him for a 30% commission. So, no. Like I said, I'm jazzed, man. Better to have all that cash in my pocket and that store all emptied out than to, dicker over a $500 difference in price. Because what I asked, and he offered me $500 less, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna take it, man. Are you fucking crazy? I think I make a fucking squabble over $500 so I can clear out that whole fucking store of 3,000 items that I don't have to move and then put someplace else and then still try to sell. Nope, it's all gone now. Thank God. And it'll be easier for my realtor to sell the property. Because that whole place will be open down there. And I can put a staircase right here. Instead of walking all the way down, I can open up this, where the mud room is, the closet. I can put a staircase right there going downstairs. So that'll be easier for whoever lives here just to open that door, walk downstairs. They can have a big workshop, garage, whatever the fuck they want. That's fucking perfect. Right, ladies. So do we get in the ship or out of the ship? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are we like here or are we not here? Look on the map. Figure out what the hell's going on. Oh no, we're still at Phineas's laboratory. All right, so we got to get in the ship. All right. Oh, dude, like, put your guns away, bro. All right, cool. That was quite the day yesterday. I also met somebody online too, out of the sky blue. Somebody friended me on Discord from this gamers dating site that I'm on. And I haven't had much luck on that site. I think I've already told people, like the 6 women I met last year that joined it like in January. The first one, I thought she was going to be work out because, man, we used to talk like every day, and she's a veterinarian in California, you know, and she loves animals. I love animals. I rescue cats. I mean, we had so much in common. Then she started hitting me up for the fucking money. And the way she did it was, instead of just saying, hey, you know, I need money, but first off, a vet in California, in Southern California, a vet, their starting salary is $125,000 a year. So, and she lives by herself with just her 3 dogs. So for them to hit me up for $25 sounds very suspicious. Especially since she wanted me to put it on a fucking Apple gift card. I was like, wait a second. Like, I could just PayPal you the money, right? I don't have a PayPal account. And then, you know, then when I didn't want to do that, she basically fucking ghosted me for like a fucking week and didn't want to talk to me. And then she started talking to me again. But I had nothing to lose, right? Everything to gain, nothing to lose. So I thought, well, maybe she's some weird lady and maybe she did that to get a reaction out of me or what. I don't know. Everything was fine about a month, and then she did the same thing. It's my best friend's sister's birthday, so can you give me $25 so I can buy a gift for her? I'm like, wait a second. It's not even your friend's birthday. It's your friend's sister's fucking birthday, and I got to give you money for a gift for her? Why? And that one, she wanted a Razer gift card. You know, the company Razer that makes laptops and mice and keyboard. Yeah, apparently they have gift cards. So she wanted a Razer gift card. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, man. I said, and that's when I said, look, something's fishy here. I said, you make 4 times the amount of fucking money I make being retired, and you're hitting me up for fucking $25 and $30, right? And I said, none of this making any sense, right? Yeah. So then she got pissed at me, didn't talk to me for another week or so. Then started talking to me again. Then another month or so went by, and we talked regularly, like, you know, good morning, good afternoon, what are you doing, that type of shit, you know. And then she hit me up again that she had to buy a veterinary book on Amazon, and could I give her $35? And I'm like, well, tell me the name of the book, and I'll buy it, and I'll just send you the link to have it shipped to you. You know, you can do that. And she didn't want to do that. I was like, you know what? I said, this whole thing is fucking bullshit, man. I said, you have never sent me a picture. I even said, can you go to Santa Monica Pier or Venice Beach or even In-N-Out fucking Burger? Because she lived in Chino Hills. I said, oh, you live in Chino Hills off the 60 freeway? I started naming all the streets and shit. And she couldn't agree with anything I said, which, you know, and I thought, well, I don't know, maybe she hasn't lived in LA that long. So, but I'm one of these guys that I'm not gullible, but I always give people the benefit of the doubt because you never can tell mentally how people approach shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people do weird shit because they want to test you. Oh, I was testing you. I want to see you react. You know what I mean? So I always take everything sort of open-minded, but yeah. So that one sort of fell apart. You know, and then the next couple ones after that, they didn't even wait that long. Within like a week or 2 weeks, they were hitting me up for money. And what's funny, I said I met 6 of them last year. 5 of them were type 2 diabetics. And newsflash, folks, you don't get type 2 diabetes normally until you're over 40 years old. And you have to be overweight and have medical things to get it. Normally has to do with being overweight mostly. So all these women were under 30 years old, supposedly, right? So the fact that they're all claiming they got type 2 diabetes is bullshit. And they all wanted this one injection, right? Which is banned by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, since 2021 in the United States for doctors to give you. It's been banned. So this is why I've said, well, more than likely they're all catfishing and none of them are in the United States because they don't know the laws of the United States when it comes to drugs and all that shit. So, but what I did was I found a link for a substitute. Instead of taking the injection, they have a 1,000 milligram pill that you take daily to control your insulin, right? Since your pancreas isn't making it properly. And for a 60-day supply, 2 months, it's only $10.99 with free shipping. It's a Terafel or something. It was called Terafel or some shit like that. So I sent them those links, all these. After that, I kept that bookmarked. Yeah, so it's amazing. I even told the last one, I said, what's so weird, man? It's like, how in the fuck are all you young gamer girls all type 2 diabetics? I said, I'm fucking 70 years old and there's nothing wrong with me. And you guys are all sick as fuck. So I thought it was sort of cute. But this one, she just, all of a sudden, she Discorded me. And I was doing something. It was actually the night before, man. Not yesterday, Friday. It was Thursday. She Discorded me in the afternoon, and then she texted me, and then I didn't reply to her. So she replied back, oh, I guess we're not compatible or something, or some crazy thing, so I won't bother you. Because I guess I didn't hit her up right away about, oh, hi, hey, thanks for Discording me. Oh, where are you from? She goes, oh, and by the way, I'm from that gamer site. So I hit her up. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I said I had to run to town and run errands, which I did. Went to town and go grocery shopping and go to the bank and post office and all that shit. So I said, I'm definitely not ignoring you. So then she said, oh, okay, that's cool. And then later on, she sent me a picture. She says she lives in Texas and she's a farmer. And picture on her profile, she's driving a combine. I can tell it's an International Harvester combine with a GPS system inside. And this one she sent me yesterday was another John Deere, hauling a big wagon full of hay, bundled hay or alfalfa. So I sent her back. I asked her, I said, well, are you harvesting right now? Which I don't think they are in this time of year in Texas. I said, are you feeding? I said, more likely she's feeding. She probably got cattle because it was a big wagon full of hay, like 4 bundles high and 3 across. So about 25-foot wagons. That's more than likely cattle. But she plays Call of Duty because she was playing. Her name is Kelly XCOD. So I don't know why these girls like that too. 3 of them that I've had to go play Call of Duty with them. So thank God I got COD. I got 4 or 5 of them. Going back, I have all the original ones, and then I got the whole new series. So, and I have 6 right now. We're doing Black Ops 6. I'm stuck in that stupid zombie laboratory that I got to get out of. So I know she's playing it last night because on Discord you can see what people are doing. They have that. I'm like, God damn, you mean if I'm on Pornhub and I got my fucking Discord open? Because it started Nick Fury is on Pornhub. I'm like, fuck that shit. I gotta turn that shit off, man. No. It shows video games you're playing. So I know she's a Call of Duty player because she was playing it until she went to sleep. So, and then she apologized. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you." She goes, "I was real tired." I was going to joke with her and say, "Yeah, because you've been kicking ass in Call of Duty until late." But I know that she's a farmer rancher, then she's working hard. They work 7 days a week. When you own a ranch or a farm, yeah, you really don't get a day off. You get time off on days, but you know, you're pretty much so. And depending on, you know, I'm going to start asking her questions about, you know, whose farm it is. Obviously, it's her parents or somebody's. She's not. I don't think she's old enough to own her own. So, but she's a nice-looking lady. So we'll see if this one's real. Because just because they send you a picture, right? That doesn't mean that's could be some fucking, you know, 300-pound, hairy back fucking Pakistani, fucking Sri Lankan, Indian, fucking Asian, Korean, Nigerian, whatever person, right? Man, woman, but you know what I mean? So, like I said, I've been doing this for way too long. So, usually the things that cinches when I do voice chat with them on Discord, you know, voice chat people, and all that shit first, and then the video call. That's usually a clincher, because then I actually get to see their face, and it's hard to sort of put a fake, you can hold one of those little cardboard things up with a printed face on it. You know, you have a little stick, and you hold it up in front of your face. Yeah. They go all fucking Mission Impossible, put a rubber fucking mask on and shit, but nah. So, I have this one lady that lives in Cocoa Beach, Florida. We've been talking for a few months, but I think she's just very depressed with her life. She works, she wants to be a clothing designer, she wants to find a guy, but her whole approach is totally wrong. Yeah, because she mentioned to me she was having, that she wanted me, she said she got pissed at me because I didn't want to help her buy tires for her car. And I scrolled back in our Discord chat, and she never made, I didn't even know she owned a fucking car. Because where she lives, it's Cocoa Beach, Florida. It's not a very big area, so I told her, I said, "Where the fuck did you ever say something about buying a car tires?" Or she goes, "What? I want a man that can help support me." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake, man." I'm like, "Well, I want a woman who's self-sufficient, man, and isn't looking at me as a fucking sugar daddy." You know what I mean? Come on, man. The fuck? Want a woman who thinks on her feet. This is why I like gamer women, because gamer women have a tendency to use their brains a lot more. You know, that for some reason their whole cognitive and everything about them seems very sharp. I like their whole outlook and the way they do shit. Or scientists. I date scientists, doctors, lawyers, but yeah, you know, stay-at-home moms that just bake cookies and send their kids off to school and clean the house and shit. They're nice, but I have no interest in that. So, I need to be stimulated mentally. So gamer women are good, especially when I gravitate toward women who game good, like Hell She Devil, even though she's my sister in India. She's the fucking best gamer, man. You guys go check out her YouTube channel, Hell She Devil. Oh, dude, she does legendary solo, Division 1 and Division 2. Yeah, she can smoke those dudes solo, legendary solo. I met her in 2018, man. We started gaming, April of 2018. So she's quite, and then Evil Kitty was a woman who took me under her wing. I met her through the massive developers, Johan and Petter and Hamish and Elsa. They used to have me on the State of the Game for Division 1. And then there's a group called the Division 1 Elite Players. And Evil Kitty belonged to that. Her and her life partner, they lived in Germany. They owned an adult bookstore and toy shop. And she was so fucking good. And these elite players, oh my God, dude. I mean, just thinking you're a newbie player, right? You barely hit level 30 in Division 1, and you get to go fucking run. It's like being on the high school football team, and then you get to go fucking on an NFL team. Like, right, not even going to college or anything. Quite intimidating. Or going from basic training and getting to go to a SEAL team, or Delta, or Special Forces, or Rangers, so I was totally intimidated all the time. But man, they taught me so much about Division I and helped me get my gear sets together, and the same thing with Division II. I was very fortunate. I've met some guys that are good, like Century 24/7. The guy had to kick off my fucking channel here and my Discord. Well, he's still on the Discord, I think. I didn't kick him off. I didn't see him leave, but he left my clan. Yeah, because he lied to us and didn't disclose that in this new journey they have all these modifiers that you can put on your gear and weapons, so you can just basically fuck people up. Because he was a little over level 500 on his SHD. And I couldn't figure out how the fuck he was killing everybody and doing all this. Yeah, because I started doing that and I didn't have the modifiers. And he mentioned he had to let us slip in chat. Oh, I love the modifiers because Raven, he said, oh, these things fuck with you and shit. He goes, I don't like them. Him and New Guy, these are my normal followers. People have been around for years. So we were all talking about them, right? And because I didn't have any of them. Yeah, and fucking Century, man. It's like, oh man, they make me like God. I'm like, whoa, dude, wait a second. I said, you've been fucking gaming with me for 3 weeks. We've been streaming. I've known him for years, but on the PlayStation. But we just started doing shit on the PC to help me. I said, you've been using these motherfuckers and you haven't told me. You haven't screenshotted them and put them up on fucking Discord. You haven't told us in fucking live chat and YouTube. Oh, yeah, I got all these modifiers on, and you want to get this one and this one. I said, you motherfucker, man. Then what does he say? Oh, let me come and join your game. I'm like, why? You joining my game isn't going to fucking get me the modifiers. I said, plus I got to kill 200 fucking guys right now. So you joining me, that means I got to work twice as hard because you're going to be killing people. I said, dude, I'm so fucking pissed at you. And then he tried to justify everything. I told him, you know what, just shut the fuck up. I said, I'm ready to kick you off the fucking channel. And I said, I don't like being deceived. And I don't like being lied to. And I sure the fuck don't like you lying to the community. Because we have people that watch these videos after the fact. So they can learn shit. Yeah, I've been in this whole talkie mode now for the last few weeks. Because I'm getting more into the podcast type mode. But I do put out pertinent information for people that, so withholding all that fucking shit is bullshit, man. And he made me wait 3 fucking weeks that I could have been doing those priority objectives and getting all those modifiers. I'm like, dude, you just totally fucking, but, gear-wise and putting shit together, he was one of the best people that came onto our Discord, and we met years ago, and I even bought a PlayStation so I could play with him. And Dream Queen, and N7, and Raven, and PS Prototype, and, lots. So, even I went back to the PC because all of them bought PCs, except for Dream Queen. She's the only one. So I was a little pissed off at him, but, I've been very fortunate to meet really, really exceptional players. That was the whole point of this whole conversation. But the majority of them have been women because I just gravitate them. There's less of an alpha male trippy thing going on. Because I don't give a fuck about kills. I don't give a fuck about how big your fucking cock is in real life. Makes no difference to me because I ain't gay and you ain't fucking me and I ain't sucking your dick. So, you know what I mean? I could care less. I could care less when I was in the military, when I was in high school, after high school. I mean, there's guys are so weird, man, when it comes to that shit, dude. Like, I'm interested in women, man. I don't want to compete against men. I don't have to. I mean, my purpose in life was to go enjoy myself with women, man. Fuck dudes. Dudes are boring. All they want to do is sit around and fucking watch sports and shit on TV. Which I don't do any of that at all. There's too much other shit going on. Yeah, now I'm older, but once I get a house on a lake again, I'll be out fishing and hiking and biking and all that shit. I'm in fucking potato country right now. And I've been in this fix this place up mode so I can sell it for the last year. I never even took my fucking canoe out one single time this year to go fishing, which is, how busy I was doing shit and then working on the ex's car, and that's why I didn't even stream that much. But now it's the middle of winter time, so got time to bullshit and screw around, but do more chit chatting. But nope, I like that. Like getting out, doing outdoorsy shit. I'm not a sports guy. No, not guys that want to do that, but I think a lot of guys do that because they see their fathers. It's like this whole, I noticed this with my dad, and other kids when I was very young. I'm like, why do men want to mimic their fathers and sit there and watch sports with their dads? So I wasn't interested in when I was a kid, and the only thing I watch is the Super Bowl, maybe the World Series, maybe the Super Bowl, but mostly for the commercials. Yeah, because there's too much other shit I'd rather be doing. Either, outside, either working, out doing outdoor. I just can't glue myself to TV. And then they go from fucking sports to sports. You guys, you do. Got to go from basketball to football to fucking hockey to fucking baseball. And I don't even like the Olympics. Olympics are all fucked up. They used to be good, but I don't even watch those. I'm not just... What I like is, remember the Ninja series and all that? Would have to do all those obstacle courses and shit like that. And I used to watch Gladiator. I thought Gladiator was pretty cool. But then I knew a couple of the people who were on that show. Like one lady, Ray Hollett. Zap. Big blonde, muscle building lady. Yeah, she's a friend of mine from LA. So, but nah, man. So we'll see what happens with this lady, if she's real, if she's not real. So, but she's already apologizing, saying that she's tired and shit. So I told her, so don't worry about it. I got plenty of time to get to know each other. I said, and I run my own business and work from home, so I'm available most part whenever you want to bullshit, whenever you got time to talk, so don't sweat it. Don't think, oh, I'm so busy, because I've been down this road with professional women, and they are very busy, so, sometimes they can't see you for a couple weeks, and they start freaking out that you're going to go look for another woman. So, and I told her that too. I said, I don't play the field. I said, I like my focus one woman at a time, man. So, I used 2 years ago, in the early 2000s, I went on Match.com, and I'll be honest, I dated a different lady every single fucking day. For a year, 365, and sometimes 2 on Sunday and Saturday. 1 in the morning, early afternoon, 1 in the evening. Because there were so many, and they're all full of shit. They all had pictures from fucking 10 years, 15 years earlier. You go to meet them, the first thing out of their mouth is, oh, I know my picture, I don't look exactly like that. I have gained a few pounds. I'm like, a few pounds? I'm like try like 30, I'm thinking try like 30 or 40 pounds, lady, is not a few pounds. A few pounds is 5 to 10 pounds. 5 to 10, I consider that a few pounds. 30 to 40 is not, but anyways. And then I try to walk them up and down the promenade. I live in Santa Monica. So I'd walk them at a brisk pace the 3 blocks up the promenade to see how fucking winded they were. Half of them I thought I was going to have to give them fucking mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. They're going to fucking die on me. Not be able to make it. So, and then some of them to make past that point, and then I'd say, oh, let's go bicycling, right? And they go, I have a bike, it's on my patio. If you know anything about LA, if you put a fucking bike out on your patio balcony, like apartment or patio, the fucking chain rusts like instantly. They get all fucked up being outside. Can't keep bicycles outside in LA. This fucking weather and the corrosion and everything, yeah. So 9 times out of 10, their chains would be all fucking frozen, and their brakes wouldn't work, and their tires would be fucking flat and rotted from the sun, you know, beating down on them all day long, and yeah. So, but if they made it past that point, and they had a bicycle, then we could actually do some biking. You know, I'd start them out easy, right? So I was a very patient guy with the ones that that wanted to go out and do shit. Then I'd meet the ones like this one I dated for several years. Oh my God, she showed up at my house, right? She's 52 years old. And I'm hanging out. I said, well, I'll wait out front downstairs, right? In case you don't know exactly where my apartment is in the back. So I'm standing and also I see this girl, and I'm going to say girl because she looked like she was about 18 or 19 years old, walking up the walkway with really nice short hiking shorts and hiking boots and a six-pack fucking abs because she had like a little cut-off t-shirt on and short hair. And I was like, there's no fucking way that lady's 52 fucking years old. I mean, literally, she worked out 4 days a week. Never had a baby. This fucking lady literally had a body of an 18-year-old. Like, hard as a frickin' rock and good, like, yeah. So everywhere we went, people thought she was my fucking daughter, which was hilarious. Oh, you and your dad going out for dinner? Is it your birthday? Well, I got that all the time. That was the number one. Almost every place we went, 90% of the time. Oh, you're taking your daughter out for birthday, or your daughter's taking you out for birthday? So I'm like, yep. And afterwards, she's gonna suck my cock, man. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. And you should see the expression on people's faces when I would say that. Oh yeah, I had to go for that shock factor, man. Come on, I'm like Howard Stern when it comes to that shit in public. You can ask me something. You're working at a restaurant someplace. You ask me some dumbass fucking question, I'm gonna go fucking crazy on you. Yeah. So some people would laugh it off because they'd see I was joking, and other people get quite like upset. The other people had this weird look on their face, like flashback memories that they didn't want to fucking remember. I'm like, I think they need therapy. I think I might just triggered some fucking PTSD thing in this person's brain. But no. She wasn't as bad as my first girlfriend before her that I was with for 10 years. She was only 4'8", and she looked 12 fucking years old. Even though she hated this, and she was in her, she was like, yeah, she was 32, 31, 32. But I swear to God, man, I was security at Blue Cross's corporate headquarters, and she was a supervisor there. So the first time she came in the morning, because they used to greet everybody, man. I made it my point. I could name there was almost 3,000 employees, and I knew them all by first name. Literally, every single fucking person there. Because nobody had badges on. Well, at first, later on, we made people get badges. First, things started changing in the world there. Yeah, I knew everybody. So, first time she walked in, I'm like, hey, little girl. I actually said that, hey, little girl, what are you doing? I said, you here to see your mom or dad? Man, she get pissed off. That was not very happy with me. Good way to start a relationship with somebody, though. She's like, excuse me? She goes, I've worked here for, she goes, my mom works here. And she goes, I work in, I can't remember what department she worked in. Dr. Billy. She goes, I work in Billy on 6. And I'm like, oh. I said, okay. I said, sorry. She gave me this terse look and walked off. So after that, I was like, oh, good morning, Karen. And one thing led to another, and everybody, there's a place called the Red Onion. It's a restaurant across the street, a Mexican restaurant.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to.
Oh yeah, we did this yesterday. We're gonna have to do a repeat of our little meeting with the crew.
Some concerns.
It'll be. And you can still see. I still have the bucket. I still have the arm on the table. The arm holding the fucking recorder still on the table.
To extract the
Yeah,
scientist, you will need to infiltrate the
My
labyrinth.
arm is still,
But that course
nobody
of
bothered to
action is
clean this
likely
up.
to be quite dangerous, Captain.
That's okay. Yeah, what about the labyrinth?
It's a torment, Captain. Think on the deepest, darkest pit you can imagine and wrap it up in a
To
storm so
her,
nasty
it
that
was
the
even
skin
worse,
right off your
man.
bones. That's Tartarus.
Because literally I couldn't go
Since no
anywhere
one
with
ever
her
makes
while
it
people
out, this is
thinking
all just
that she was my
speculation.
daughter, man.
The armed surveillance protocol.
Because I was, what, 42? We got 10 years apart. But yeah, she definitely. And she never got any older looking. The whole time she always had this baby face. And she was real small, like I said, so.
Breaking into Tartarus will not be
She's a
easy.
type 1 diabetic. This is why I learned all about being a diabetic and insulin, because she'd have to test several times a day and take insulin several times a day, and you go up and down, and yeah, so 10 years we were together, man, I learned quite a bit about it. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
That's why when all these women I met on this
Outstanding.
gaming site
You
started
can
telling
count
me
on us,
they're
Captain.
type 2 diabetes,
We're a crew.
diabetics,
For
and they're
real
all
crew.
basically around
That
30,
means
I'm
we
like,
got each other's backs. Right?
that's why I'd say, they say, oh, I'm a diabetic. And I'm like, oh, you got juvenile diabetes? They're like, oh, type 2. See, because juvenile diabetes, you have to get when you're young. Period. It's just how it is. You know, you're born with it or you develop it at a very young age. Hers is from taking, she was a little chunky. So her parents had, the doctor prescribed thyroid medicine. And they think that's what caused the problem with their pancreas. The thyroid medicine. But yeah, so then eventually she got the pump towards when we were ready to break up there. She ended up getting an insulin pump, which really helped a lot because it basically monitored everything. Now, it's so sophisticated now. You know, now they finally have us where you can do all your monitoring and testing without puncturing your body anymore. And yeah, there's They're about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus' determined fate of the House of Cottage. Says made out to this point can only finish the main story. Oh shit. Oh, no. Nope, we're not going to continue then. Yeah, that's what I thought, see? See, we're basically at the end of the game. That's why I want to make sure I do all the side quests and DLCs first, so we don't fuck up. So let's go do this one, because we have this whole murder on Eros, because we already started doing the Halcyon Helen one, right? So see, we have this whole thing. Yeah, so see, we need to do these faction side quests, and then this. See, we've already done this Helena Trail. See, check the penthouse suite, speak with admin, travel the purple thing, find Helena's Trail. This is the first one we start when we pretty much started the game. Yeah, so we need to do all that. Then we'll come back and do one of these. Cool? All right, does that make sense? Yeah, so like I said, if not, then we're going to screw up and we'll be in trouble. Trying to decide if I want to stop right now and go, because I have to go move the snow in front of the door where they're going to back up that trailer and stuff, because it's got snow on the ground and crap. Because he told me yesterday they're going to be here at 2 o'clock, and they got here at 12. So today he said they're going to be here after 12, but I don't want to wait till the last moment to go do it, and then I can come back and, you know, when they show up and he calls me or whatever, I can stop streaming and shit. So I'm gonna just do it for a little bit more. What time is it? It's 9. Yeah, maybe we'll do this just a little bit. go. Didn't I just pick that? Yeah, murder on Eros. Alright, so why can't we go to Eros? Then why are we having a problem here? Huh? Why isn't it pulling up that mission that we need to do? Do I have to go back to my other save? Bet you have to go back to one of my other saves. How many I can bet? Something's not making any sense. All right, see if we can do this now.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word. Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for our maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like...
So...
I am programmed to warn you. If you really need...
If we don't make it, at least it'll be
So I
a
have to
great
go back
story.
before this?
Outstanding.
When I'm standing
You can count
outside?
on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew.
This is
That means we've
bizarre.
got each other's backs. Right?
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
For fuck's sake, man. Oh no, I don't want this one. God damn it.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed.
For fuck's sake, man. Oh, strange disappearance of a watchman. Okay, it says that, but I can't get the stupid frickin' ship to let us do it. Grr. Mother of pepper, man. Maybe I'll go to Gorgon or something first. Oh. There you go. Yes, it's working now. Alright, good. Perfect. Ah, damn, I forgot my stereo. Fuck.
Recently famous for Halcyon Helen's
Not
Day.
work.
How exciting.
Oh, man. Shit. I got so much shit on my head, man. From me selling my, I just sold off the entire contents of my antique store. It's like 3,000 items. So they're going to show up here and start loading crap up and pay me. And yeah, so I've got all this crap in my head. But we're here, which was the most important thing. Because I want to do this DLCs first. So I'm going to stop here and see if I can salvage my breakfast. And then go get the shit ready downstairs. Nice. Alright, cool. And then we'll come back and do this. This way when they show up, I'll have everything totally freaking ready and done and everything. Because OC is the only one that was talking besides you, Thomas. So everybody else, thanks for lurking in the background. And I will see everyone, like I said, in about an hour or so. It won't take me long to clean up the downstairs area. And yeah, so no biggie. So other than that, it's been great, man. Had a good chit chat this morning. So as always, oh TT, you were hanging out, huh? Yeah, I figured you might be around. So we'll talk about that when I get back. I don't know why you didn't tell me. I never know what the fuck you're doing on your Discord because half the time you're doing that ready or not and all that shit. So, and I'm not interested in that, so that's why I didn't bug you. I figured you were hanging out, streaming that and doing that with people and shit. So that's not my cup of tea. So, and I was sleeping anyways. So.
Who feels like getting into trouble?
Yeah. When I get back, man. Well, I mean, that game looks cool, but it's just, you know what I mean? I just like the whole way it's designed and done is cool. Jackson's getting up? All right, man. So, everyone, thanks for watching. Tune in later. Other than that, Eddie, soldiers, I'm good.